Event 1, Heat 1, Brenton Dwyer, Jamie Flood, Gate 1 from Red. Welcome and return visitors to Olympic Park. Gate 2 from Blue, Devon Gates with a change in the program. His original former passenger John Wilcock down the chair, Megan Kane back in the pits having a look. Reigning Australian champions Mark Plaisted, Ben Pitt from 3, Chris Dess, Chris Bash from Gate 4 from Yellow. Event 1, Heat 1 to get us underway. The reigning national champions from Gate 3. As I said, the last time they done 4 laps here at Olympic Park, it brought them a national championship. Expect Plaisted and Pitt to get their evening off to the start they would be imagining. Dwyer and Flood from 1, Gates and Wilcox from 2, Plaisted and Pitt from 3, Dess and Basham from 4. Event 1, Heat 1. And I reckon Devon Gates and Johnny Wilcock have just blown the tapes. Welcome back to Speedway to Devon Gates. Said back on the bike after probably a 7 or 8 year break for Devon. And that's not the way he would have wanted to start his evening. Himself and John Wilcock back pit side. Straight through the tapes at the River 1467 start line. You can afford to maybe drop one ride in a 16 rider format, but after that it becomes critical to keep scoring points. As I said, 5 rides, you race each other once. For the uninitiated, the top 3 point scorers go straight to the A final. The next 4 go to the B and a winner joins them. Just waiting for our track staff to fix the tapes that Devon Gates and John Wilcock have just blown through. And of course that was probably eagerness and nerves more than anything. First time back on a sidecar for a number of years. Of course, passenger here for his brother Byron back in the early days, which brings me to the Gates family once again. If it wasn't for the late John Gates, we probably wouldn't be here. I remember when John first started racing, early 70s. I said former junior president, former senior president, club president. A guy that rode a Speedway sidecar around here with a high amount of skill, and in fact the last bike he raced is proudly on display infield this evening. For the old conventional sidecars, for the people that know, John Gates is one of those riders out anywhere, which is a little bit freaky in itself. So we do pay respect to the late John Gates. Sadly passed away a couple of months ago. And it looks like race referee has let Devon Gates start with a 25 metre handicap, which is in the rule books. It is sometimes a good thing. So you see Brenton Dwyer, Jamie Flood from 1. Devon Gates, John Wilcock with a handicap back in 2. The reigning national champions Plaisted and Pitt from 3. Chris Dess, Chris Basham from Gate 4. Take 2 at Event 1, Heat 1 of the 2022 Gate Sidecar Cup. The immaculately presented reigning national champions. And they were electrifyingly quick here back at the national championship last year. And they look very quick in the gash for cash as well. Expected to be around the money tonight. It's great to see Chris Dess and Chris Basham back on the sidecar. It'll be interesting to see how Brenton Dwyer, Jamie Flood go. Always very competitive here at Olympic Park. They're just waiting for the riders to come back into the River 1467 start line. Your leading radio station here in St. Rosia, or for that matter anywhere around the world on the internet. Nathan Cock and Reece Farr, our start line marshals this evening. Nathan on the outside, Reece on the inside. Of course, Nathan, the current sidecar rider. Dwyer and Flood, Gates and Wilcock, Plaisted and Pitt, Dess and Basham. Here we go. Let's get away cleanly this time. Event 1, Heat 1, ready to go for the 2022 Gate Sidecar Cup. And we get away cleanly this time. Brenton Dwyer, Jamie Flood get a good one from Red. Here comes Mark Plaisted and Ben Pitt, the reigning national champions. They really haven't got that bike on song at the moment. Dwyer and Flood aren't too far behind. Chris Dess, Chris Basham back in 3rd. Gates and Wilcock make up your 4. Now have a look at the reigning national champions. My word, the Australian Championship has gone back to the Gilman Speedway this season, and they're going to be very hard to beat on their own track. I'll give you the tip. Absolutely flying at the moment, the national champions. 1 lap to go, flag is out on event 1, heat 1. Brendan Dwyer, Jamie Flood in second, Chris Des Basham in third. Devon Gates, Johnny Wilcock make up your 4. Then checkered flag will greet the national champions in heat 1, event 1. They take a very easy, comfortable heat win. So Playstead and Pitt banked 3 points early in the evening. In absolutely commanding style. As I said, Brendan Dwyer, Jamie Flood home in second, Chris Des, Chris Basham in third, and Devon Gates, John Wilcock in 4th spot, event 2, heat 2. About to come out the gate as the national champions make their way back pit side. This should be a really even heat too. This should be a cracking heat. Mitch Spear, Glenn Zaworski from 1, Byron Gates, Eli Bock from 2, Chris Walker, Connor Curran from 3, Shane Rudloff and Damien Egan from gate 4. Tough first up ride for Mitch Spear. Big thank you to owners and staff for Prestige Edging, tonight's proud sponsors of the 2022 Gate Sidecar Cup. There's a brilliantly, immaculately presented Mitch Spear. Glenn Zaworski, gate 1 from Red. Always highly competitive around here, the South Australian pairing. It's a tough first heat up for them though. Byron Gates, Eli Bock, gate 2 from Blue. Would expect Byron Gates and Eli to use all his track craft and experience. Chris Walker, Connor Curran from 3. And a pairing capable of anything on their evening, South Australian, Shane Rudloff and Damien Egan, gate 4. Tough second heat early in the meeting. I'm sure Byron Gates and Eli Bock will be looking to get their way, as they normally do, out of the start line. Mick O'Loughlin not in the chair tonight. Mitch Spear and Glenn Zaworski have had a bike stall on them by the look of that. Let's hope the South Australian pairing get that going. And I reckon that's all it did, is stalled. They're coming back and settling gate 1. So Mitch Spear, Glenn Zaworski from 1, Gates and Bock from 2, Walker and Curran from 3, Rudloff and Egan from 4. Event 2, heat 2. This should be an absolute ripper of heat. I reckon Gates and Bock have got a good one. So too did Spear and Zaworski though. Rudloff and Egan hung out a bit high to dry. Here comes Chris Walker and Connor Curran. Byron Gates and Eli Bock sit close by in second spot. Now up underneath into the first. Chris Walker, Connor Curran moving to second. Shane Rudloff, Dagan and Egan back out in 4th at the moment. Mitch Spears, Glenn Zaworski just got filled in big time. So Byron Gates, Eli Bock. Chris Walker, Connor Curran second in spot comfortably at the moment. Spear and Zaworski chasing hard in 3rd. Shane Rudloff, Damien Egan can't do much about it, back in 4th. 1 lap to go, flag is out for the former state champions. It looks like the Gator and Eli Bock are on song this evening. 3 points early in the evening, suppose a good way to... A big second spot to Chris Walker, Connor Curran. A big second spot to Chris Walker, Connor Curran. Mitch Spear, Glenn Zaworski home in 3rd. Shane Rudloff, Damien Egan in 4th spot, event 2, heat 2. Said a big second spot to Chris Walker, Connor Curran. They'll be happy with that start in that company.
Race 1 tonight, the one that was won by Mark Playstead. Race time of 62.337.
Been through heat 3, about to come to the start line. There's no real easy ones. A big heat for Max House, Riley Commons. First up. Dean Hobbs, Daniel Lowe from 1. Rick Stevens, Nick O'Brien from Broken Hill from 2. Max House, Riley Commons. Also from the Silver City, gate 3 from White. Stephen Fowler, Ben Goodridge, South Australia, gate 4. Event 3, heat 3. That's a 16 rider format, as I've mentioned, 20 heats and 2 finals. Watch for House and Commons actually set Olympic Park alight at times last year from gate 3. Watch for Rick Stevens and Nick O'Brien from 2, capable of anything on their evening. And Dean Hobbs, Daniel Lowe will make it very hard indeed from gate 1. Steve Fowler, Ben Goodridge, a bit of an unknown quantity from SA. We'll see how they go. Very even trap. Ricky Stevens, Nick O'Brien had got the best of that from gate 2. Here comes Stephen Fowler and Ben Goodridge. Dean Hobbs and Daniel Lowe have all taken a bit of a trip infield. Red light comes on. Red light has come on the action. I reckon Steve Fowler, Ben Goodridge has got tangled up with Dean Hobbs and Daniel Lowe in what looked like a first corner bunching and grouping. All 4 invited back to the start line, which is always a good thing to see. All 4 back to the restart. It's a little bit of a bunch up there between Steve Fowler and Ben Goodridge, trying to come underneath Dean Hobbs and Daniel Lowe, and they sort of leant on him a little bit, and they both went nowhere. Turn 1 incident, back all 4 back to the start line for event 3, heat 3, the Prestige Edging Gates Sidecar Cup for 2022. Rick Stevens, Nick O'Brien got a really fast start first time out. I reckon Steve Fowler and Ben Goodridge have got a problem. They're not coming back to the start line. Nick O'Brien is having a look to where Rick Stevens is going to plant that front and back wheel. Here comes Rick now into gate 2. House and Commons come and settle in 3. Steve Fowler, Ben Goodridge are infield. Have got a problem. Event 3, heat 3, take 2. Even getaway 2. Stevens and O'Brien got a good one. So too did Hobbs and Lowe. Here comes House and Commons. Rick Stevens, Nick O'Brien, a little bit oblivious to that at the moment. Dean Hobbs and Daniel Lowe are going to keep him honest. House and Commons a bit off the pace at the moment. Here comes Dean Hobbs and Daniel Lowe. Rick Stevens and Nick O'Brien a little bit untidy there. House and Commons still sitting 3rd. But it's the experienced pairing of Stevens and O'Brien. Now they got it together a bit better. 1 lap to go, flag will come out in event 3, heat 3. Dean Hobbs, Daniel Lowe still in 2nd spot. Max House, Riley Commons in 3rd. Make a big charge now at 2nd. I reckon they're just going to come through on Dean Hobbs and Daniel Lowe in the 2nd spot. So Rick Stevens, Nick O'Brien take that heat win. Max House, Riley Commons home in 2nd spot at the end. Dean Hobbs, Daniel Lowe in 3rd. Obviously Steve Fowler, Ben Goodridge back infield. 64.25 or 64.25 for the 4 laps. Rick Stevens, Nick O'Brien, 64.25. 64.25. Event 4, heat 4. The end of round 1. Monson and Summerhays from 1. Tom Adams, Jason Rayner from 2. I think it's Matt and Jamie Crunwell from 3. Kim Menadue and Eric Melton, South Australia from 4. Of course, Warren Monson, Andrew Summerhays winning the dash for cash. And is Matt and Jamie Crunwell from gate 3 instead of Daniel Putty. In fact, they take his spot for the rest of the evening. Monson and Summerhays obviously looking to get their night off to a flyer. Then it gets interesting. Tom Adams, Jason Rayner, Matt and Jamie Crunwell, Kim Manager, Eric Melton, Gate 4 in their second visit to Olympic Park, the South Australian pairing. And Tom Adams, Jason Rayner, Gate 2 from Blue, look very, very accomplished in the dash for cash. Been here a couple of times, Tom. It's good to see them back. And Matt and Jamie Crunwell, Gate 3 from White on a new sidecar. Obviously still getting used to that. But Andrew Summerhays doing some gardening for Warren Monson to pull into, the current and reigning Victorian sidecar champions. This should be a battle in 3, I would suggest. But sidecar racing is a strange sport at times. Monson and Summerhays go hard from 1. Tom Adams and Jason Rayner are going with him, though. Kim Manager, Eric Melton in 3rd. Battle for 2nd and 3rd, I would suggest. So it's Warren Monson, Andrew Summerhays comfortably at the moment. Tom Adams, Jason Rayner drift up high. Here comes Kim Manager, Eric Melton. As I said, we've got a great battle for 2nd spot at the moment as the current state champions clear out. Kim Manager, Eric Melton have just made their way into 2nd. Tom Adams, Jason Rayner back in 3rd. Matt and Jamie Crunwell up and circulating now. 1 lap to go, flag comes out for the reigning and state and former 2 times world and current Australia number 2, Monson Summerhays. And they're going to open the night. They wanted 3 points. Comfortably in the bank. Very handy 2 points in 2nd spot to Kim Manager, Eric Melton, and Tom Adams, Jason Rayner come home in 3rd. Matt and Jamie Crunwell about to come home and complete the journey. Event 4, Heat 4, the end of round 1, just waiting for the race on Warren Monson, Andrew Summerhays.
Quick, ladies and gentlemen, and it was to Warren Monson and Andrew Summerhays. A race time of
61-6-3, 61-6-3.
Red, yellow, blue, and white.
61-6-3, quickest time of round 1. I think the classic side cars.
Okay, the first heat of the classics up tonight, ladies and gentlemen, and in red, Chris and Hannah Holmes. Yellow, Paul Snowden and Greg Black.
Classic sidecars, Heat 1. Support about to come to the start line.
Kemp and Nick Johns.
Chris Holmes from 1. Mark Bowen, Ben Rankin from 2. Bob Kemp, Nick Johns from 3. Paul Snowden, Greg Black from 4. And Lindsay and Connor Curran from the green helmet colour, gate 5. Straight after the classics, we head to a Sunrise Ag track prep. So it's good to see the classics back here in support. Chris and Anna Holmes will come and settle in gate 1. Always really hard to beat. Mark Bowen and Ben Rankin, competitive as always. Of course, there's Bob Kemp and Nick Johns on one of the old sidecars. Bob Kemp last raced back in the early 90s, I would suggest. It's good to see him have a Suzuki motor in it. And I reckon Kempy and Nick will be pretty hard to beat from there. But Chris out of Holmes, always very neat and tidy. Leaves us with a race in 2 at the moment. Chris out of Holmes with the red helmet colour on, lead the heat. Mark Bowen, Ben Rankin in 2nd spot. Bob Kemp, Nick O'Brien, Bob Kemp and Nick Johns are infield with a problem. I don't know what that is. Chris out of home, as they do more than not. And that could have been a pretty nasty incident on the back straight. Chris out of Holmes were onto that early. I think we've only got 2 left. Paul Snowden and Greg Black. Most of them have gone infield for one reason or another in Heat 1, which is a little bit unusual. But Chris And Hannah Holmes going to come through and take the heat 1 checkered flag. Classic Sidecar support. That takes us to Sunrise Ag Track Grooming. Time for everyone to grab a drink, stretch their legs, put the kettle on. Be back with you to take us through Event 7 Round 2 of the Prestige Edging 2022 Gate Sidecar Cup.
Anyway, guys, the points are
fun
fired up.
times with Johnny Gates, but we're about to go racing for round 2.
Here we
Who
go.
we got, Simon?
We just got Kim Menadue.
Eric Melton, Eric Melton from South Australia from 1. Brenton Dwyer, Jamie Flood down the Calder Highway from 2. Mitch Spear, Glenn Zaworski from 3. And the young pairing Max House and Riley Commons from 4. Have a look at the Spear-Zaworski presentation, will you?
Yeah, young Max Howes and Riley Commons have been going really well for such a young team. They did really well at the Aussie titles. Went through the qualifier and, had a good crack at the Aussies. So it's good to see a couple of young group.
This should be a good way to start round 2. Kim Menadue, Eric Melton. A pretty important heat for them. Only first time out. Brenton Dwyer will be looking for another heat win. And Mitch Spear will be trying to get on the board, him and Glenn Zawowski. They're a lot better than they normally are.
Oh, this is the most exciting part of the start of the race.
House and Commons are capable of anything. Brenton Dwyer, Jamie Flood, just for Menadue and Eric Melton.
Young Housey up the inside. Here he comes. Brenton Dwyer's out in front. Nice black and gold bike.
He might just set sail down Max House, Riley Commons. I reckon they're trying to set Brenton Dwyer, Jamie Flood up here. They've closed the gap on them. Nice line from Dwyer and Flood. Here comes House Commons again, though. 1 lap to go, flag comes out.
Here comes Housey. He's on the charge. You got to remember these young lads are only 17 years old, the pair of them.
Don't make a mistake, Brenton Dwyer, Jamie Flood.
Here they come. Get under them. Get in there. Yew! What a race! Them boys just had a couple of cans of Red Bull.
Good
Did you see that, Damien?
Good way to start round 2.
Wow, that was a great race. Well done, young boys.
Brenton Dwyer, Jamie Flood just give him the thumbs up in second place.
What a cracker, Damien. He just made a mistake right on the last corner, didn't he? Just washed up high on that last corner, and that was his mistake. Well done. The crowd are loving that move from the young lads.
Coming in hot, Kim Menadue, Eric Melton in 3rd.
That was a cracker. Wow.
Mitch Spear, Glenn Zaworski back at 4th. 64-6-4 or 64-6-4 on a fresh track, Sedge. What's it like on a solo? Fresh track, always a little bit slower?
Fresh track for a solos can be a little bit tricky because
Same as sidecar. Yep.
Yeah, you kind of set your bike up to what's happening during the night, but
You don't know what's in front of you.
Yeah, you just, the tractors and all that go out and you get on and you're like, oh, maybe I shouldn't have taken that sprocket off, but the older you get, as we just spoke, we the more experience you get, and the good guys will have it dialed in, I'm sure.
Causey, Tom Adams, Jason Rayner, he looks very neat and tidy. Tom Adams, you've seen him race very often. Have you raced against him?
The name doesn't ring a bell. I've seen him a little bit, but there's a few new names coming to the sport, which is good. We got Tom Adams and Jason Rayner in red, Dean Hobbs and Daniel Lowe in blue, Devon Gates and Megan Crane, which Megan's actually out. She's got some back injuries, so
John
Wilcox is jumping on, and Chris Walker and Connor Curran. But I think it's interesting to see how Dev goes this time. He hit the tapes on the last race, so hopefully he's not as eager.
Watch for Chris Walker. Connor Curran had a big second spot in their last heat.
My money's on Dev. I think he's going to come out of that gate rocking, and he's going to go well.
Tom Adams and Jason Rayner are impressed with Simon from one, and they're from 1.
Oh, big mono from Dev.
Walker and Curran make a forceful move there. Dean Hobbs, Daniel Lowe at the moment. Todd Adams, Jason Rayner are going to set sail.
What a good move up the inside. Nice block, blocks him out. Away he goes, takes off.
Devin Gates, John Wilcock are close by in fourth, right on Chris Walker.
Oh,
I reckon Dean Hobbs, Glenn Zaworski and Chris Walker and Connor Curran have had a problem right in front of us.
Dean Hobbs. That's Daniel Lowe on the ground, I think.
we've got a blue
Red light is on, the blue light is on.
blue lights on.
That's an exclusion.
Dean Hobbs and Daniel Lowe. Hopefully all riders are okay.
Got the medical crew in there pretty quickly there, Causey, which is good, and he's getting back to his feet.
It's a bit hard to sort of see. It was on the tail end, but looks like he's just trying to catch his breath.
Yeah. We actually had a little bit of an altercation after that. Old Dev made a little bit of a move and just run into the fence a little bit and got a bit crossed up. But, yeah, hopefully, I think the blue light's on, so we might be in for a rerun.
There's a couple of bike pile up on it.
Mm.
Bike doesn't look like it's suffered too much damage.
He's on his feet anyway, which is good
boys
to see.
are great, making sure everyone's okay. Good sportsmanship. Always good camaraderie in it between the riders. No one wants to see each other getting hurt, do they?
No, it's a very unique sport. I think it's probably the most caring sport, but also the most want to beat each other sport at the same time. So
There's no mates at the tapes. I'm my money's on Dev. He popped the money. I'm not very happy about that. Pull your head down, Dev.
Walker and Curran being told to come back to start line.
We've got a blue light on. All riders are okay.
Didn't actually see it. Have we had a replay of that incident? No. It was right in front of us, which is out of sight from where we are, basically. I don't explain where we're commentating from, but as I said before to both of you guys, Chris Walker and Connor Curran. Connor normally rides a sidecar. He's on board tonight with Chris, and I don't know what. I know it's an FZ Yamaha he's on, young Chris, but it's got some serious mumbo for what it is. He's getting quicker and quicker on it.
Young Connor Curran's actually a nice, good rider in his own merits. I'm not sure why he's swinging, but he's that's what you do. You help each other out, friends and mates, and I mean, you're learning too. You ever stop learning, swinging for other people and picking up knowledge. So here we go for the restart.
Watch for Tom Adams and Jason Rayner from one, Sedge.
Come on, Dev.
So Devin and John can do a consistent 4 laps. Not easy after so many years away.
I want Dev to pop out and throw a
It's
spanner
been a long
amongst
time
the
since
works.
Dev's been scooting some laps around Olympic Park.
And watch for Chris Walker, Connor Curran from gate 4. And they've got the best of all that. Walker and Curran. So getting quicker and quicker every time they come down here, this bearing. And Tom Adams, Jason Rayner.
Oh, big
Oh,
move.
that was a big dive bomb. He's still on. That's a top effort to stay on. If he can get himself back on that bike.
Red light.
We got a red light.
It'd be
Geez,
interesting
that was a big move. It was a sort of a
Come in a bit hot, Simon. Be interesting to see what race referee Gavin Sedgman has decided, and it's about right too.
He's not giving up.
He's not
He's
letting
hanging
go.
on.
He's been told do not let go because that's when you start getting run over. What a top effort.
Tom Adams, Jason
It's not a
Rayner have
whole lot.
taken the heat
The
exclusion
rider's
from
just
that.
looking back going, what are you doing down there?
So Tom Adams, Jason Rayner back pit side excluded for that stoppage.
It's very hard because on that side you can't see the outside of you. So he just sort of come in a bit slick and sort of didn't hold his line, and he wouldn't have seen him up that high. So unfortunately he's taken him out and been excluded for it, which is
Leaves us with 2. Beautiful gate from gate 4 though. They're the ones to watch tonight, I reckon, for at least a B final spot.
so
Walker and Curran.
Dev's guaranteed a second position if he finishes his 4 laps.
If you don't DNF.
Come on, Dev, hit the tapes again.
It's good to see him out there. Obviously, it's his family's meeting and probably means a lot to him to be out there racing in it and actually on the handlebars.
Oh, it's great. That bike's was a spare bike. It's a South Coast Custom. It's got the Big Bang motor in it. So Dev spent a bit of time with Wazza helping him out, and he actually swung for Wazza for for a few years, so it's good to see him on.
3 Dudley Bradshaws in their trophy cabinet,
Yeah,
mate.
yep. No, it's good to see. Dev had a few injuries over the years, but it's good to see him back on the handlebars.
I think it's going to be tough. Gate 4 looked good before, so
Dev just not going out to. Dev's not going out to prove himself. He's just trying to get around, which is good to see.
up the inside though, he's putting in an effort.
Yeah, Chris Walker and Connor Curran don't want to make too many mistakes.
Good drag down the back. And Dev's in front. Go, Dev.
Very neat and tidy out of turns 1 and 2. So it's Devon Gates, Johnny Wilcock.
Oh, this will be amazing for him to grab a win tonight.
Listen to that bike. That bike just sounds awesome.
And they are learning every time they do a lap on it.
Just slow and steady. He's doing really nice lines. Well done, Dev.
1 lap to go, flag comes out. Probably not cornering the way Devon would like it at the moment, but as we said, they'll get on top of it. Lucky, not a lucky, a very happy 3 points.
How old's Johnny Wilcox, Damien?
Oh, he'd be 50. Happy birthday, John.
On ya, Devon. You can't get much better than that. Racing in the Gates meeting, and he's come through the win. Well done, Dev.
Chris Walker, Connor Curran home in second spot. 66.81 or 66.81 for the 4-lap journey.
He's happy about
Pretty
that.
excited about that. I'm on you, Dev.
Yeah.
That's something I'd do. Give a few revs, wave to the crowd. Well done, Dev. This should be a good race. We've got event 9. Rick Stevens, Nick O'Brien out of red. Warren Monson, Andrew Summerhays. Byron Gates, Eli Brock. Mark Placid and Ben Pitt. This would probably be close to the heat of the night. I think it's got a good lineup. This will be a cracker. Who's your money on, Damien?
That could quite easily be tonight's final, Causey.
Oh, mate, you're 100%.
Watch Rick Stevens and Nick O'Brien from gate 1. They got a lot of horsepower. Know their way around Olympic Park. Wazza and Andrew didn't look quite Wazza and Andrewish in their first heat. Mark Placed and Ben Pitt looked like they'd finished, just took off the last 4 laps.
Mate, just have a look how bright that bike of Mark Placed is. My God.
Don't discount former Victorian sidecar champion Byron Gates and Eli Bocco. This could quite easily be tonight's A final.
This will be interesting for Eli Brock. He's jumped on with Gatesy for this season. Mick O'Loughlin's having a knee reco, I believe, and Eli Brock stepped up, jumped off AJ Pearce, so he's really in the big leagues now. He'd be pretty nervous, I think, at the moment.
This should be a ripper sedge. Obviously, watch for Mark Placed and Ben Pitt. Mark Placed's been on the handlebars now well over 20 years. Got a lot of silverware, now an Australian Championship. Wazza and Andrew, Warren Monson, you need no explanation for. He's just super quick around here any night. This should be a ripper sedge.
This is the ego race. Who is better than who? 1 and 2.
Mark Placed said for around the outside.
Watch for Gatesy and also watch for Rick Stevens from gate 1. Pretty even getaway too. Wazza's got the best of it. Monson and Summerhays gate clean from gate 2.
Placed it.
Here comes Placed and Pitt in a second. Gates and Eli Bocker somewhere around the mark as well. Wazza Monson now in the first spot. Gates and Bock in third. Here comes Stevens and O'Brien for another look. Can't quite get there. Current reigning 7 times Victorian sidecar champions. Out to prove a point. The current number 2s in Australia.
Look, was it just nice and smooth? He gets in front and he just holds a good line. Mark Placed has thrown a bit at him. He's just, you got to understand, these bikes haven't ridden for a while, so they're still getting their eye.
He's closed the gaps, Gordon.
Monson just nice and smooth. Look, it was a big ask from Yellow Gate for Mark Placed. Rico Stevens and Gates sort of just off the pace a bit compared to the 2 big bangs, but good effort from Monson. Just nice, clean and tidy. You can't beat Monson when he's got a good in front.
The statement was made though. The statement was made.
Aussie number 2 versus Aussie number 1.
62.02 or 62.02 race time for Monson and Summerhays.
I reckon what Wazza's come second about 53 times in the Aussie titles. What do you reckon, Damien?
4 now. Simon, 4 times. At current number 2 in Australia. Gee whiz, when you get that level of sidecar race, you stand out there number 2 on the roster when you have a look who's alongside you. It's like the nights when Sedge's out there in second spot and you got Tungate, Masters, and you've done nothing wrong to come second. It's just the luck of the draw some nights.
It is. Well, just that race then, obviously, I thought Gate 4 looked pretty good, but when you got a class rider like Wazza on the inside of you, it just gives you that little bit more to the first corner. And, you know, Mark was quick, and, you know, the gap kind of stayed the same after the first lap. And, you know, it's definitely going to be interesting when the final comes along, because whoever comes out in front in that first corner, it's going to take someone pretty special to catch them.
Yeah, the track conditions pretty good. It was a bit dry and dusty in practice. It's just still probably a bit slicker for the sidecar boys. It's not as much dirt as the boys that like to hope, but it's pretty consistent, which is a good thing.
Obviously, when the sun goes down a little bit, the moisture comes up and the racing gets better. But obviously, early on in the night, the times might be a little bit quicker, but the racing does get better as we move along.
First sidecar track of the year is never perfect. It's never perfect, the first sidecar track of the year, but this is pretty close. You only got to look at the lap times, and yeah, you can be sure next time we're down here for the sidecar shootout, it'll be even better again. So
event 10, we got Chris Des and Chris Basham. Chris Des is a local lad that's had a bit of time off from racing, and he's just come back. Shane Rudloff, Damien Egan, out of blue.
Rudloff and Egan.
Steve Fowler and Ben Goodrich. Daniel Putty couldn't make it. He had some gearbox problems. So we've got Matt Cromwell and James Cromwell as a reserve rider. I think they got a few teething problems. They're on the
former Simon Cause sidecar.
Ex-Cause machine. Looks like they got a few problems.
Shane Rudloff, Damien Egan from South Australia. 2 names that go back a lot more years in sidecar racing than people realise, Scorsy.
I just shed a bit of a tear seeing me bike out there, Damien. I mean, I wish I hadn't sold it, but I'll build a new one. I'll build a faster one.
Shane Rudloff once swung for Dave Bottrell back in the late 90s. And Damien Egan likewise. Capable of anything on the night of the South Australian pairing. Probably didn't start their night the way they liked. It's like Matt and Jamie Crunwell have got trouble. That leaves us with 3. Chris Des, Chris Basham from gate 1.
I think Shane Rudloff will look pretty tidy. If he gets out of the gate, he'll be pretty tidy. It's a shame to have 3 bikes, but that's how it goes.
And Steve Fowler, Ben Goodrich, gate 3 from White. Should be a pretty even go with these 3. Matt and Jamie Crunwell still trying to fire that bike into action.
Here we go. They're about to go racing.
Shane Rudloff, Damien Egan, and a love a heat win here. Des and Basham got the best of it.
Oh.
Fowler and Goodrich work their way into first spot. Rudloff and Egan in the second. Des and Basham in third. Here comes Rudloff and Damien Egan. They're going to go on the charge after Steve Fowler, Ben Goodrich. They've closed the gap now. They're going to do the job here, Causey. I think Shane Rudloff and Damien Egan. Fowler and Goodrich drift up high. They'll come fight back pretty hard indeed, though.
No mates at the tapes, is there, Damien?
No, Simon has a bit. But anyway, Rudloff and Egan.
That's
neat and tidy.
Rubbins racing, isn't it, Damien? Well done, Shane Rudloff. Just waited, bided his time. See Fowler a bit anxious, get a bit excited. That's just experience. Shane Rudloff, nice, neat and tidy. He's done a few laps around Olympic Park, Rudloff.
And Chris Des, Chris Basham going to come through and make up your 3.
That was a bit of pushing and shoving there, wasn't it, Damien?
That wasn't bad, Simon. Yeah, that's 64.64 or 64.64. What?
It's always good to see a bit of Rubbins racing.
featured 2, Max House and Riley Commons.
Not sure what happened to the X-Cause machine. I think Matty Cromwell had a few issues with it. We'll have to have a chat with him after and see what problems he's got.
Classic Sidecars Heat 2 on the track just before the Sunrise Ag track grooming.
Bit of a crowd favourite, these classics, aren't they, Damien? The crowd actually don't mind watching these boys get around. They're running 5 wide.
Yeah, the numbers will continue to grow too, Causey, over the years. Started off with a very small band of them, and yeah, we only got to look at the winner's son, Ulysses winner's son in June for the Classic Championship. So,
oh mate, it's fantastic. There's a lot of old blokes, and I think we had a old bloke riding a solo, and he was about bloody 85, still riding a solo. That was great.
So who we got from one? Mark Bowen and Ben Rankin? No. Yep. Event 12 Heat 2 Classic Sidecar Support.
Yep, Jason, Greg Carter, Glenn Hollis, John Milcock, Chris Wakefield, John Atherton and Darren Pascoe. Oh, sounds like he's got a throttle lock on there, Damien.
Yeah. Yeah, pull the kill switch.
Oh, that was excited.
Something going on. No, I think it might have stuck. These.
It's with these old classic bikes. There's always bugs in the gremlins in the engines.
Yeah, I don't know how good the preparation.
They got skeletons in air cupboards, haven't they?
I don't know how many. I don't know how good the preparation is either. Those Simon these guys.
I know Darren. He's yeah. I'm not sure if it's his bike either. To tell you the truth, it's got a bit of a skeleton in that bike. Now we're down to 4. I think he fell asleep at the start there, Damien. Oh, that was a very close call there. That could have been nasty, that.
That was John Atherton and Jamie Crundle. Chris Wakefield on a very, very sick-sounding motorbike at the moment with Trevor Harris on board. One lap to go, flag comes out for the Harris-Wakefield combination on about a half a cylinder by the sound of that.
There's a couple out there that don't sound like they're running too well, Damien.
John Atherton and Jamie Crundle are infield at the moment. Checkered flag out and at the ready on the Classic Sidecar Support Heat 2. As we head to a Sunrise Ag track grooming.
Done a few laps on a Classic myself, Damien. I used to race on a 750. Rex Burns sponsored me a bike and I had a load of fun. It was a great bunch of guys to race with and really good fun.
I remember you doing a couple of laps. One night with Jason Bradshaw and Kevin Menzies' old bike. Kevin Taylor's old bike,
yes,
sorry.
That was a long time ago. Good fun, great fun.
We will leave everyone with some ads. We'll be back after the Sunrise Ag track grooming start of round 3 of the Gates Cup for 2022.
Go. Well, Gator, off to a pretty decent start tonight. Obviously, it's a very important meeting for you with your family name on the line, and it's something you really want to win, I guess.
Yeah, no, definitely be a good one to win. Got to win in the first one and third in that one. That was probably a tougher seat, so that's good. Hopefully get Eli sorted out a bit more and get a few more points.
Obviously, that was a tough race, and Australian 1 and 2, and sometimes you've got to sit back and just say, well, that was a tough one, but you obviously held a pretty good line and got the third, but the next races that are coming up, you should be able to bang a couple of wins in.
Yeah, no, that's it. Collect a few points and hopefully get straight through the A. It'd be good. It'd be a lot easier. So.
Yeah, you want to steer clear of the B. Now, we've got Mickey O, the original swinger.
Yep.
You're not racing this season because of an injury and you're getting it fixed, but when do you think you'll be back?
Done my ACL, so I've had it fixed, and 12 months, so this season's done for me, and fortunately enough, Eli was able to jump on with AJ selling his bike, and it's a bit of a pain, as you know. It's not good watching from the side of the fence, but it is what it is, and yeah, we'll be back next season.
Yeah, for sure. I've actually done my ACL before. It's not nice, but this meeting would mean a lot to you because you're actually married in or into the family of the Gateses, and obviously you've heard a lot of stories about the great family, and you would obviously like to be out here, but you're in the pits helping out.
Yeah, well, that's right. Yeah, I'm married into the family, and unfortunately, the last few years with mechanical issues, you know, we have struggled to make the Gates Cup, and you know, now we've got the new bike, and it's quick, it's up there with the best of the best, and yeah, I managed to hurt myself, but you know, Byron, Eli, I'm sure they'll do fine, and yeah, like you said, last heat was the hardest one they got for the night, and hopefully the next two can get a couple of wins, and yeah, like straight into the A final and do the family proud.
It is good to see Eli jump on, but it's not the same without seeing the Mickey O on the back. But Gator, obviously, it's a little bit different having another passenger on. Does it take much adjusting? And the other question I had for you is sidecars like a bottle of wine? The older you get, the better you get?
Yeah, it's starting to seem a bit like that, isn't it? All of us old boys riding. But yeah, no, we've just changed the bike a little bit of length in the back of it, just to make up for Eli's a little bit longer and his weight, just so he can get the take-off right. And then, yeah, we're just working on the rest of it now. We're actually on a race track. It's like doing stuff on a practice track, but you don't actually know until you get onto a proper grippy track. So, yeah.
So what goes into it? Because obviously I'm from Mildura, but I don't really see you guys practice as much. Is that because of the lack of preparation in the track? You obviously need something to be grippier to get the most out of your bike?
Yeah, if you came down here and just practiced and relied on your practice setup to go to a meeting, that's where most blokes struggle. I think it's just totally different.
So the more racing you do on a proper track, the better.
Yeah,
that's good. Anyway, guys, keep going good. Yeah. Obviously, we would like to see you out there, Mickey, but
we'll be back.
Be back soon. But
cheers, thank you.
Hopefully, you can get a win for the great family Gates name, Gator.
That'd be good. Would be. Thank you.
Thank you.
Just here with Warren Monson, Andrew Summerhays, local heroes. Off to a good start, was?
Yeah, not too bad. You know, the track could have a bit more grip in it for us, but you know, everyone's riding the same track, so it all comes down to the best rider.
Mate, Aussie number 2 in preparation for the Aussie titles this year. It's just been changed from WA Perth to Gilman. Obviously, everyone races Gilman. You've raced there a lot. You've won a few world titles, Oceania titles. You'd be pretty happy to race there. A bit lower costs in travelling, and I'd say it's one of your favourite tracks.
Yeah, it's this one is my favourite track, but Gilman probably not so much. I've never had any success there except for the 2 World Cups and the Oceanias that I've won. So, you know, hopefully we can do something like that come the Aussie title. But you know, we'll wait and see. Cost is definitely going to be cheaper, but apparently the Western Australian track's very similar to here in Mildura, so I think I would have adapted to that pretty good. But that's not to be.
So, mate, you've just sold your spare bike to Dev Gates. Is that slowing down with the sport?
No, it just was 2 bikes was just too hard to deal with the amount of time that I have to deal with them. So, you know, it was a good idea at the time, and having 2 bikes is a good idea, but you've got to have the time to prep 2 bikes instead of 1. So, yeah, no, I decided to go back to the single bike.
Yeah, it's a lot of work just getting 1 bike, let alone 2. So, I think we're about to go racing again. Sorry, Summer, you miss out. Wazza tells me it's better off if you don't speak anyway.
That's right.
Righto, guys, good luck tonight.
Thank you.
Smart.
Event 13, Heat 9, beginning of round 3 of the 2022 Gate Sidecar Cup. Should see Matt and Jamie Crundle, Gate 1 from Red. Chris Walker, Connor Curran from 2. Brenton Dwyer, Jamie Flood from 3. Rick Stevens, Nick O'Brien, Gate 4. Important points up for grabs here for Rick Stevens, Nick O'Brien from Gate 4 from Yellow. Had a couple of pretty competitive first up rides. Be looking for a heat win, even though they're out of the 4th alley number. Chris Walker, Connor Curran will be looking to keep their night rolling along. Brenton Dwyer, Jamie Flood been pretty good in their first 2. Watch for Chris Walker and Connor Curran from Gate 2 from the blue helmet colour. Been pretty impressive in their first 2 rides, beginning of round 3. I reckon I reckon Chris Walker, Connor Curran have just got out of the start line a little bit sideways. Let's hope Jamie Crundle's all right. He's up on his feet. Interesting to see what race referee Gavin Sedgman deems happened there. As the brilliant red light system at Olympic Park comes on, the track lights now taking full effect. All four back in. Unsatisfactory start was the call for race referee Gavin Sedgman, and fair enough. Chris Walker, Connor Curran just getting a little bit out of shape from gate 2. So Matt and Jamie Crunwell from 1, Chris Walker, Connor Curran from 2. Brett and Dwight, Jamie Flood from 3, Rick Stevens, Nick O'Brien, gate 4 from yellow. Just waiting on Rick Stevens and Nick O'Brien to come in and settle in gate 4. Event 13, heat 9, beginning at round 3.
Mate Cromwell's got that bike going again.
This time round, Causey, yes.
What happened there? I missed that.
Nah, just a bit of a coming together going
Pushing
into turn
and
1. Watch for Walker and Curran. They got out of the gate.
The
pretty
X-Cause
quick
machine.
all
I
night.
love that bike, Damien. I miss it. Oh, a couple of rollers there, Damien.
There was a couple of rollers, Causey. I don't know who, but
I think nearly all of them.
I reckon they'll send the message down the start line crew. You must all be steady and stopped.
Oh, I probably would have let them race that, Damien.
Event 13, heat 9, all back in at the River 1467 start line. Your leaders on local radio for anyone 35 and older. Number 1 in the district. Matt and Jamie Crundle from 1, Chris Walker, Connor Curran from 2. Dwyer and Flood from 3, Stevens and O'Brien from 4. Big heat for Rick Stevens, Nick O'Brien here. An important 3 points for those guys up for grabs from gate 4. Walker and Curran get the best of it. Rick Stevens, Nick O'Brien frozen out at the moment. Rick Stevens, Nick O'Brien about to
Rick
take
Stevens.
the lead.
Bit of a
Dwyer
push and a
and
shove
Flood
there
will
from
fight
Rick
back.
Stevens. Rick Stevens has got that beast wound up pretty hard.
Brett and Dwyer, Jamie Flood are closing that gap in second spot on Stevens and O'Brien. A little bit out of whack there, Rick Stevens, Nick O'Brien. Matt and Jamie Crunwell now into third. So Brett and Dwyer, Jamie Flood aren't giving it away, but they can't close that gap in the second half of the corner. Checkered flag out at the ready for Ricky Stevens, Nick O'Brien. And a handy 3 points. Close
Wow,
by second
what
spot.
a finish. Rick Stevens just got that on the hairs of his teeth. It kind of looked like a dog playing with a football there, didn't he, Damien? He was a bit shaky all over the joint, but come through with the win.
Just Brett and Dwyer, Jamie Flood home in second. 64-7-0, 64-7-0 for Rick Stevens, Nick O'Brien. Matt and Jamie Crunwell home in third. Chris Walker, Connor Curran home in fourth spot. Event 13, heat 9 of the Gates Cup.
Damien, I've just
2022.
grabbed Brenton Kerr, Mick Headland's passenger. Brenton, track record holder, you and Mick, 1 lap and 4 lap record. Mick's a massive favourite for the Dash for Cash, been winning the last couple. You're not racing tonight, obviously. What's the reason for that?
Well, I've been trying to ride 2 wheels for a bit now, and got myself into a bit of a predicament on the second here at the solo meeting, so I've busted myself up a bit, but I'm on the mend, and yeah, we'll be back on track going flat out in no time.
Mate, you're either on 3 or 2. You got to make a decision. I've seen you ride, but unfortunately they bite a bit more than the sidecar, don't they?
Oh yeah, they sure do. My heart's in the 3 wheels, and yeah, I want to stick that way. And we got a big one now. We're going to Gilman this year. It's a bit close to home. We're quick round there, so yeah, we're fired up.
So what's the time frame on the mend?
I got 4 weeks, so we're going to be at Gilman on the 12th. I reckon it'll be our first meeting.
Awesome. Good to see he's back out there. Cheers. Thanks, mate.
Event 14, Heat 10 at the River 1467 start line. And a big one it is. Important points up for Steve Fowler, Ben Goodridge from 1. Mitch Spear, Glenn Zaworski not having the night they'd want to remember from 2. Warren Monson, Andrew Summerhays, gate 3. Devon Gates, John Wilcock, gate 4 from yellow. Mitch Spear, Glenn Zaworski need a second spot here minimum to keep their points rolling in.
It's be a good race. The two orange machines against each other. Come on, Dev. Round the outside. Oh, Jack Spear's been getting around pretty good too.
And of course, Monson and Summerhays undefeated at the moment from 3. I expect them to keep their night rolling.
Sorry, Mitch Spears it is.
Has got the best of that, Mitch Spear and Glenn Zaworski.
Mitch Spears. Just left it open too wide, didn't he there, Damien?
Yeah, they drift up coming out of turn 3 and 4 and you're gone.
You just can't afford. Oh, he's fighting back. You just can't afford to do that with Wazza, can you? You can't make any mistakes. Oh, he's fighting back. Oh, what a cracker. Wazza just got a bit sideways there.
He puts the Suzuki to the ground though. Got a gap now on Mitch Spear, Glenn Zaworski. 1 lap to go, flag comes out. Gates and Wilcock in 3rd, Fowler and Goodridge in 4th.
She looks a bit greasy out there for the Woz machine, but massive credit to Mitch Spears. That's great riding.
Checkered flag out for Warren Monson, Andrew Summerhays. Mitch Spear, Glenn Zaworski takes 2nd spot. Devon Gates and John Wilcock home in 3rd. Steve Fowler, Ben Goodridge make up your 4. Event 14, Heat 10 of the Gates Sidecar Cup.
What a great race, Damien. That was just great from Mitch Spears. Unbelievable. Was it just picking him off? Mitch come back nearly back underneath him, but Was just shows a bit more experience there. Looks a bit greasy out there for Was, so he'll have to sort of maybe tighten himself up a bit.
Second last heat of round 3 coming at us. From gate 1, Rudloff and Egan. House and Commons from 2. Playstead and Pitt from 3. Tom Adams, Jason Rayner, gate 4 from yellow, who've impressed me all evening, Causey. Tom Adams and Jason Rayner. Big heat for Riley, Max House and Riley Commons too. Of course, they had a good heat win in their last heat. They'll be looking for points in round 3 to keep their night rolling towards that B final. As you know, Simon, it's just about points.
Oh, mate, you can't drop any points. You need as many points as you can. You got Mark Playstead, Ben Pitt, Aussie number 1 out of Whitegate. They just look. Mark's been racing for a long time, and for him to have the number 1 on his back, he's frothing. So he's going to do as many means as he can with the number 1 on, and see if he can defend his title this year.
Looking to find all his own way in this one with Rudloff and Egan from 1. Shane Rudloff, Damien Egan, when they get on the fly, are very, very hard to catch around Olympic Park. Watch for Max House and Riley Commons too from gate 2. The ever-improving teenage duo.
Oh, the future of them young duo is going to be so impressive to watch. Just to watch them grow as young boys into men and watch their riding just grow. It'll be so good. But Mark Playstead's bike, it's so shiny, just bling, bling, bling. Here we go, guys. Just a bit of passengers doing a bit of gardening. What they're doing is trying to find a nice straight rut, get a good gate. Here they are. It's called gardening. I used to do it a lot, and what they're looking for is a good hard rut to come out of the gate like a rocket. And when it's only 4 laps, the start of the race is the most crucial. So to get out of that hole first into the first corner is half the race. So here they go. Oh, goosebumps. Oh, Mark Placer just stuck on the outside. He'll just pick him off. Younghausen Commons, they're just going to play it nice and tight.
Mark Playstead, Ben
nice
Pitt are going to have to
smooth.
use all their craft now. They won't make a mistake, this young pairing. They won't make a mistake, Max House, Riley Commons. They're very neat and tidy. Playstead and Pitt come again. No, they shut the door on them, the Broken Hill pairing. They're really neat and tidy on pole. Mark Playstead, Ben Pitt have got nowhere to go at the moment.
What a ride from the youngsters. Have a look at that.
1 lap to go. Flag comes out for the Broken Hill pairing. They've outridden the national champions at the moment. They've just about got this heat blown to bits, the young Broken Hill guys. That is Speedway Sidecar racing at its best from those two young kids.
Yeah, and the crowd is going mental. What an
placing.
absolute cracker race from the youngsters.
Big pit home in
Look at them,
second
they're
spot.
so happy. Well done, Mark. Give them the thumbs up. Well done, boys. What a cracking great 4 laps from the youngsters.
Rudloff and Egan home in third.
Well done, lads. Very, very awesome to watch.
Sorry, Dean Hobbs, Glenn Zaworski home in third. Gee whiz.
That's a massive confidence booster, isn't it, for the young lads?
I made the call halfway through it because he's going to have to ride around them because they do not make a mistake for kids of that experience.
And as for how young they are, they're so humble in their racing. They'll go back into the pits and just focus on the next race. And, yeah, very, very humble kids. So
that's what's called a very, very heady win, Simon. That was
Mate.
event 12, event 13.
Mate, I'd be stoked if I could ride that fast.
The event 12 comes out, the last heat of round 3. South Australians, Kim Menadue, Eric Melton from 1, Chris Dess, Chris Basham from 2, Dean Hobbs, Daniel Lowe from 3. An important heat for Byron Gates, Eli Bock from gate 4, the last heat of round 3.
Oh, if I was in front of Mark, mate, if I was in front of Mark Place, I would have lost me cool. I would have got to hit the fence, I reckon.
No, fair play to them.
Next heat, we got event 16. Kim Menadue out of red, Chris Des, Dean Hobbs is out, Byron Gates out of yellow. Oh, good gate from Desi. Gates are on the outside. Oh, I nearly got there. Oh, no. That was a massive moment.
Byron Gates and Eli Bock now in the second spot. Kim Menadue and Eric Melton have cleared out on them at the moment, though. Getting quicker every time when they come out in Olympic Park Circuit, the South Australian pairing. The Gates and Eli Bock have set sail. And here comes the former state champions. He got tack right onto the back of him. Back down on the pole from the gator. Kim Menadue and Eric Melton shut the door again.
Mate, that was a very good ride from Gates. He backed off there. I honestly think he backed off. He didn't want to touch him too hard because he knew he was sort of getting a lot more drive. So he just waited. And if he gets him this time, there you go. Look, just a lot smarter riding by Gates.
That's experience, Simon.
Well, here comes Kim Menadue. Back up the inside. What a drag race. Oh, mate, who would you call that? What a drag race to the end.
I think Byron Gates,
I think.
might have got the win. Byron Gates has got the heat win.
Mate, that was a drag race to the finish line. That was unbelievable. I think Gatesy pipped him, but wow, that was a great race. Gatesy he did the right thing. He backed off. He didn't want to come underneath him down the straight. Very dangerous place to crash. And he just gave him a bit of room, and then he just picked him off. And he's lucky Menadue didn't get him on the finish line. But great race.
64.19 from Byron Gates. Eli Bock, 64.19. That was the end of round 3. Classic
Massive
side
step
go.
up for Eli Brock on the back of Gator machine.
Yeah, Eli, he has got around here pretty quick with AJ Pearson past those, Simon. Event 17, heat 3 of the Sidecar Classic support before we head into a Sunrise Ag track grooming.
Oh, I'd be buzzing after that race. That was a cracker.
So Paul Snowden, Greg Black from 1. Jason and Craig Carter from 2. Lindsay and Connor Curran from 3. Chris Wakefield, Travis Harris from 4. Glenn Hollis, John Wilcock with the green helmet colour right out on the conveyor belt fencing from gate 5. Classic Sidecar support. Event 17.
Two former riders on the start-finish line there. Damien Reese Farr was a former passenger of mine, and Nathan Cox, he's got a rider. I'm not sure if he's got a passion this year, but the love of the sport, and they're still in there helping out the meeting, so that's fantastic.
I reckon Glenn Hollis and John Wilcock got away pretty well. So too did Chris Wakefield and Travis Harris. I don't reckon Chris Wakefield can find another gear there. The former Brian Radford bike. So it's...
Yeah, Chris Wakefield's been racing the classics for a few years now. He loves going fast. He's got that thing pegged.
Glenn Hollis and Johnny Wilcock in second at the moment. Lindsay and Connor Curran in third. As the classics just circulate around, the 1 lap to go flag comes out for Chris Wakefield and Travis Harris. As I said, that was this is event 17 heat 3 of the classic sidecar support. Chris Wakefield and Travis Harris take the heat win. Paul Stone and Greg Black. Lindsay and Connor Curran. In third last spot was Lindsay and Craig Carter. Classic sidecar support event 17. Another round of the classics before the Sunrise Ag Track Grooming. 69.80, a 69.80 for Chris Wakefield and Travis Harris. That was event 17, classic sidecar support heat 3.
Just a massive shout out to Pristine Edging, Gavin Hydale for sponsoring the Gates meeting. Cracking bloke, good group of blokes that love doing their job and they love having a beer and they love their speedway, so it's great for them to sponsor it.
In what is an absolutely beautiful evening here in St. Roger. Event 18, heat 4 of the classic sidecar support. The last heat you'll see before the Sunrise Ag Track Grooming. And then in a round 4 of the 2022 Sidecar Gates Cup, proudly brought to you by Prestige Edging Mildura. Big thanks to Gavin Idale and the team. Classic Sidecar Support Heat 4 event 18, Heat 4, as I said. John Atherton and Jamie Crunwell from 1. Kristen Hannah Holmes from 2. Darren Pascoe, Mick Potts from 3. Bob Kemp, Nick Johnson from 4. Mark Bowen, Ben Rankin from gate 5. As we head into a track grooming straight after the classic sidecar support. I was about to say, watch for Kristen Hannah Holmes from gate 2. Watch for Bob Kemp and Nick Johns. But Chris and Anna Holmes are always very neat and tidy. Of course, Chris having ridden a modern sidecar. Bob Kemp, Nick Johns on one of the last sidecars Bob raced in the 90s. And was very adept around here on that bike. It looks like he's got it pretty well sorted out this time with Chris and Anna Holmes in hot pursuit in the second spot. And John Atherton and Jamie Crumwell have gone infield. 1 lap to go, flag out on event 18. Classic sidecar support. Checkered flag out. Bob Kemp, Nick Johns will take home the heat win. Kristen Holmes in second. Mark Bowen ranking home in third spot. Time to grab a cold drink, put the kettle on, grab something to eat. We're heading to Sunrise Ag Track Grooming. Back with you soon. And we're back to some interviews coming from our 2 roving reporters, Justin Sedgman and Simon Cause. Stay with us. Some good interviews coming during the Sunrise Ag Track Grooming.
Sorry guys, we're just having a few issues with the microphone on with the portable camera, so we're just trying to get the guys, our tech guys are trying to get that sorted. So bit of a bummer. That was the young guns from Broken Hill, Max House and Riley Commons, mate. That was an impressive ride. They were stoked with that ride. They said they could hear them coming the whole 4 laps, and they're just pretty humble. They just kept their head down, and there. That's a bit of Housing Commons. Really young lads, only 17 and 18. Had a lot of experience from their 2 fathers, rider, passenger, son and son, father to son rider, father to son passenger. So definitely kept the teams going through. Bit disappointing with their microphones not working, but it's all good. We'll try and get it sorted. There's a camper, Ken Menadoo. It's definitely a different side when you're behind the pits, and a lot of the crowd don't see what goes on behind the fence. It's exciting. Always a bit of frustration sometimes between riders. Kim Menadoo running a crossplane engine, hails from South Australia.
You've been a great stalwart of sidecar racing, both at Speedway going this direction, but also out at the dirt track going the other direction as well. You've enjoyed all sorts of three-wheel activity. Oh yeah,
You can definitely see some of the fitness levels are a bit down first meeting back for some of these guys.
No, you swung with clarity, and that was interesting. The photo that I used in the tribute tonight was one that I thought was very significant. It had you and John winning a very early Mildura Sidecar Spectacular, but the 2 guys that got second and third was the 1980 Australian Sidecar champions Ken and Jamie Walker, and the 1982 Sidecar champions Larry Jones and Peter Merritt. So that particular night you led home 2 Aussie champions. Yeah, I know. When I went yeah, well, that's exactly right, Les. You go down in the club's history of one of 4 or 5 exceptional passengers. No fear must be part of the reason, but just knowing how to read the way the bike's running, how the track's handling, and how the rider is actually riding must be a big secret to being a damn good passenger.
What a great meeting so far, Justin. We just had a few problems with the mics. We tried to do an interview with the young lads, and pretty humble guys, aren't they, for how old they are? It's going to be interesting and awesome to watch them grow as youngsters, and they got a lot of experience behind them. They're 2 dads. I went to New Zealand and raced with them, and just a cracking time. But yeah, the boys can ride, so it's good to see them. They're a great bunch of guys too to race with, and always helping each other out, and very, very humble guys.
Yeah, we just kind of seen the changing of the guard. I think it's one of those things where the younger guys come up and they knock off the good guy, and then they build a bit of confidence and just run with that. So hopefully, they can get into the final and get it on the podium and build a bit more confidence from that and know that they can actually beat the good guys.
Massive confidence booster for them. That was a hell of a ride. I mean, it's the first race meeting of the season for most of these guys, so they're still ironing out the bugs, but massive confidence booster for the young lads, and yeah, definitely make the podium. It's they'll be that stoked, and 2 proud dads there, so it's awesome.
Yeah, for sure. That would have been a real shot in the arm for the dads, beating the Australian champion, and not only that, they've probably got grandparents and family friends that'll be proud as punch.
Mate, I wish I could ride that fast.
And we just got Brady coming back in, and he
Yelling at us,
he's
yelling
taking
orders
over
at
his
us.
job.
Go away. Nah, look, that was fantastic. Go away. Tell me to shut up.
But no, how's it looking, Causey? It looks, you know, there's been a few upsets tonight, and obviously the good guys are not actually having it their own way.
Look, they're just, as I said, first meeting back, and a lot of bugs still in motors, and you know everyone's still. COVID's been really hard with fitness levels and just getting laps in. So, but you know, it's a build up. This is it's just a build up for the year. You know, they're all prepping for the Aussie titles. That's some of these bigger boys. That's the one meeting they want to win. But yeah, most.
Yeah, it always is. It always is one of the things where, you know, the bigger guys aren't, you know, at 100% just yet, but they are. When it comes to that final and gate positions and all that type of stuff, it'll be who's kind of got the track craft and who knows how to do it best. But, you know, we're just moving on to the next race now, and we'll hand it over to you, Causey, to announce the guys.
Mate, we got event 19. Byron Gates, Eli Block out of red, Steve Fowler, Ben Goodrich out of blue, Tom Adams, Jason Rayner. There you go, Brent. There it is. There. I don't have to announce it. There you go. There you go, guys. Oh, goosebumps. This is the best part of the race when you're sitting on the bike waiting for the tapes to go. You just want to get that gate. That's all you want to get. It should be a cracker. Go, Gatesy. Here we go, guys. Gatesy just coming in to get settled, bit unsettled. Best part of the race, isn't it? The start, isn't it? Says Sedgy.
I don't know. I think
You reckon winning? Get the checkered flag first. Well, I always got the checkered flag second when I was swinging. So I never got it first until I was riding, which wasn't many. Here we go. Just settled in to get racing. We might let this race just pan out. Very good start to the race. Casey just got a nice clean start out of red.
He's always good to watch, Gator. He never puts a foot wrong. He just cruises along and does his thing. Very smooth. Under the cycle.
Yeah, look, he's just got a new passenger on too, so they'll be just ironing at the bugs. And yeah, he's definitely got a lot of speed, and he's on a new machine, new cross-plane engine. Stepped it up, so he's still ironing out a few bugs. Definitely got a bit of pace on. He's holding a good line. Whoa! Big mono by the Gator. We got a bit of action between second and third. Well done, Gatey.
He hasn't had a very good success doing this week. Seems to be working out all right tonight.
Look, it'd be great to see him in the final. In the, you know, even on the podium would be great, but just to get him in the final for his Skates Cup meeting would be great. Yeah, he's a young and upcoming referee. Loves it. Good bit of riding by Gatesy there. Got a nice bit of drive, big mono. We've got event 20 now. Devon Gates out of red. Kim Manadoo, Shane Rudloff, Rick Steve. This should be a good cracking race too. Old Dev Gates, you reckon he's going to hit the tapes again?
Nah, he's going all right. We've got a special guest in here tonight now. We've got the former Grand Prix long track rider, Cameron Goodwood. Pretty handy on a solo too. A couple of third places in the Australian Championship and a long servant for the Eastbourne Eagles.
He's also the up-and-coming referee that he's been doing a few meetings here in Madura. DNF'd me a few times. Red lighted me.
Evening, ladies and gentlemen.
Righto, you can go now.
Bye.
Now, how are you going, Woody? Obviously, you're meant to be refereeing tonight, but you got the arse.
No, I got relieved, and I'm pretty stoked with it.
So
it's been a good race meeting, and it's a bloody balmy evening tonight. It's beautiful.
Good crowd turn up. It's great.
Obviously, you rode solos, but what's it like refereeing the sidecars? A little bit different?
Yeah, not only they go the other way around, they got a mate on the back and they got a training wheel on the side. It's very different. I've been on one.
Would you say they're a bit? Would you say they're a bit more scary because there's two on them yelling at you than one?
Way more intimidating. I've been on the back of one with Jason Bradshaw and had an absolute ball, and then Mum and Dad stepped in and said, "Get back on your bike."
Alright guys, about to get started. Here they go, just in the line, settled in. Here we go. Tapes about to fly. There they go. Good start from Manadoo. Rick Stevens, hard charges. See what he does here. If he just sits back and plays it smart, he could pick him up. He's quite aggressive on that bike, Rick, isn't he? Trying to fight it. Get Manadoo nice and smooth. Quite hard to chase someone down. You got a lot of dirt getting flicked at you. Rick Stevens just gaining a little bit of ground on him.
Pretty smooth out in front. He seems to have a lot of big charge.
Yeah, great ride by Kim Manadoo. He just kept his line a bit down there. A lot of them are washing up high. The track looks a bit greasy, and they're not. If they just keep it down a bit more out of the corners, they'll shut their deep. There'll be a bit of defence. But no, great ride by Kim Manadoo.
What's your opinion on the track tonight, Causey? They've run it a little bit slicker, but it's making dirt.
It's definitely a bit slicker. It's got some. It's definitely. I know the boys would love a bit more dirt out there. It's consistent, but so it's. I think it's bringing a lot of them out with their setup, and they just have to ride it a bit smarter on the throttle, but it's definitely a bit slicker to what the boys prefer. But
I feel like it produces better racing when it's like this. It's sort of a few different lines. You can turn back, you can run around the outside. It's been great racing so far.
Oh, that you'd expect that from a solo rider to say that, but pussies they don't like dirt. Look, sidecars, we love dirt. Give us some more dirt, the better. The heavier we need that, you know. Like the boys would be struggling. They probably wouldn't be happy with. They're riding it. Everyone's pretty safe, but give them a bit more dirt.
Causey, you need someone on the back of you and a training wheel.
Hey, Sedgy, I wouldn't swing for me. Put it that way. But nah, definitely dirt. We need dirt. Sidecars need that dirt just to get them driving. Yep. Throw it in and just hanging in the dirt. Yeah. Solos just definitely. Yeah, turned into a bit girls lately, just hard tracks.
Mitch Spears' last race, pretty impressive.
Mate, Spearsy, he's doing really well. For the gear they're running, it's an old FZR, I think. I might be wrong.
Not the first time you'd be wrong.
Yeah, I'm right. But nah, look, them guys are right.
That last race time too was 64.03. We're not quite under the race times because Causey's like a jack in the box, and we seem to forget that. But we got it in the end.
What's the race time?
64.03.
What's a good race time for Madura?
Well, you got the program there. What's it say?
Let's have a look at the track.
Obviously, Pity out there. He's doing a bit of gardening. He's the good guys. They like to get their rut.
He knows his floor, and he's a floor sander for a living. He loves his wooden floors, and he loves his dirt too.
Here you go, guys. We got a track record from Mick Headlands of 59.542. Well, we got a two-horse race here, guys. This should be good. It's good to gauge yourself. Here you go against the Aussie number one. Mark's always fast. Spearsy actually had a good race with him before, but it's always good to know where you come up against him. Mark Placer just starting to dial in a bit better. Got a better line now. He's a bit closer to the pole line. This will be a fast time. He's got a good line. He's got that big bang just motoring. See that? He's right on the pole line, holding a good line down. A lot of the other boys are running up too wide. definitely riding a lot conservative, but it's fast. She's a bit of a handful, that cross plane. You watch Mark fight it, he does well to hang on to it. Great ride by Mark. Would have loved a bit more dirt out there, boys, but
He seems to make it look like easy, like it's not difficult for him. A lot of the other guys just wash the front wheel a little bit, but he seems to just go around on rails, which is good to see.
Yeah, he's not pushing the front end, is it? It's staying planted and it's going where he steers it. He's not having a fighter, he's not hanging off it or anything. It's impressive.
And that's coming from two solo riders.
Yeah, that's how I think I'd ride one.
So what are you doing, Woody? What are you doing with yourself?
I'm dad now and just doing the dad life thing, and I've put on 10 kilos and jumped in the refs box and working.
Selling houses.
Yeah, work for GG Gardner Homes here in Mildura and selling houses, and got a few hobbies in the shed, restoring some stuff, and my little boy those keep me busy. Hunter, he's born.
Hunter Jackson.
Yep, Hunter Jackson. So he's born Aussie title Saturday, so I couldn't be here. I had to be at the hospital, but it was worth it. But yeah, no, it's all going good. It's a little bit different to the lifestyle I used to live, and it's all about compromise and not all about cam anymore. So it's a little bit different.
So what are your plans? Are you ever going to ride again, or are you just going to just hang out and just have fun?
Yeah, no, I'm doing the referee thing to try and give back to the sport that give me so much. I've got a speedway bike and a long track bike still in the shed for one day I'll have a play. I'll probably go to the Salt Lakes first. But your dad and Stewie putting on the long track meeting, I would like to get out and have a practice. And
not a race?
Nah.
Righto, girls, enough of the solo talk. Look, we got a good race coming up. We got Max House, Riley Commons. Let's see how these young blokes go. They'll have a bit of competition against Wazza and Andrew Summerhays. They're out of yellow, so come on, youngsters. I'm going for the youngsters.
Absolutely.
Great gate by Wazza. Can't go past that. Great gate. That was nearly a jumper, wasn't it?
To the curb.
Wow. Another smooth C. He's coming down a bit tighter too. It's starting to dial into the track.
Is that bike set up for you, or just experience?
No, Wazza's been racing a long time. He's had that bike and motor and configuration a long time, and mate, Wazza's no deal. He's a mechanic for the superbike. I think it's Phil Tatum, and he knows his motor and a motor. So he's knowledgeable as Darren Law with the motors. He's very knowledgeable, and when you race at the top level, you need to be very mechanically minded. And Wazza was created the first big bang motors with altering his crankshaft to make it fire two cylinders at once. Now the new cross planes that the boys are running now, they actually do that on their firing order. So Wazza was ahead of the game before they even started, and
with the Suzuki.
Yeah, with the Suzuki, running the Suzuki. So it's quite knowledgeable. We had a few problems with bikes blowing up and that, but look, it's great to see Wazza. He's just fast. Yeah, good combination. Been racing for a lot of years.
We were talking earlier about chassis, the Sidecar chassis of frame builders. So Wazza's running the New Zealand built. Is he, or is he's running Aussie?
The one Warren just sold to Dev was a South Coast Customs bike.
Yep.
I'm not actually sure what Wazza's number one bike is. I think it's a Mitchell copy modified to his standards, to what he wants. Over the years, he's just modified his own bike to suit himself and to fit the Suzuki. So it would be a Mitchell copy to a certain degree, which most of them are. They all stem from the Russell Mitchell bikes. There's a couple others that sort of built on their own, but yeah. So.
And Eric Milton.
Well, we've got the classics on now.
Yeah.
What do you think of the classics, Cam? What's it like refereeing them?
Well-
Are you hairy to put on the red light on a few, or you let them run?
Nah, let them run. They're demonstrating, put a show on. But what the hardest thing of all is the poor boys like Reece Farr and that at the start marshals. They want to be out of there because they've got no roost guard at all. And these boys rev up as soon as they start walking, and I can't leave them there just revving their guts out. So sometimes Reece and the boys cop a bit of a heat, a bit of clay.
Shouted mud.
Yeah.
I bet you'd probably drop it early just to get more on them.
No, I would. But I've rebuilt blown up engines and broken plenty of clutches, so I've got a bit of sympathy for holding the tape. So I'm probably a little bit quick on the drop of them, but yeah.
Especially with the older bikes, they're old, hard to get parts.
How good is it watching Chris Holmes and Hannah Holmes race?
so
I reckon it's cool as. That was the only time I had to go on a sidecar. I was in the back of Holmesy, and someone said to me, they go, if you want to have a go on a sidecar, get on with Holmesy because he's a very good motorcyclist.
Yeah.
Mate, it's a father and daughter. Oh, what a gate start from Holmesy! He's talking about Holmesy. That was a rocket of a gate. He's just had a Red Bull before that race. Oh, look at the glee. He's got it ready. What a gate. Rocket.
Talking about father and daughter, father and son, would any of you guys jump on the back of your father?
No.
Look, my father wasn't really into it. My big brother on. His son for me. That was pretty cool. Had my other younger brother on the classic, which is cool.
Yeah, it's cool.
Yeah, it's always it's always harder with family because you don't want to hurt them. Well, you don't want to hurt anyone, but yeah, probably better to hurt family than someone else.
I get on roofs with him, so I suppose I'm brave enough to.
An aeroplane with him.
That too, yes, I would be on a passenger to my father.
Mate, I just want to talk about that gate. Oh,
So good.
It's even faster than my gate.
He would have beat Wazza. He would have beat Wazza in the first bend, I reckon. Yeah, you move truckloads at times.
I'm eager. I want to get out. It's probably the only good thing I could do was gate start. I couldn't do 4 laps.
Oh, I think you come along leaps and bounds that last season.
Nah, look, I improved a fair bit, and I'm sort of tear up that I see my bike out there and I'm not riding, but who knows? I might be back. Everyone keeps asking me. I'll just see how I go. Kraken's gate. I can't believe that. He'll be talking about it at the bar all night.
Race time of 71.
Yeah, cheers for that, Trent. We just got that message.
That's amazing.
Righto, boys, this is my favourite bike. Parkinson Ranger. This Jap is an absolute weapon, and I love it to bits. And the crew that turns up to make it happen keeps my dreams alive, because that's the only reason I come tonight.
Mate, that's Kempy, mate. He's been racing, and I believe, right, is it the 42 Sidecar Spectacular?
Yeah, he's done it all.
What are we at now? 43 this year?
Yeah, I think he's done every one.
I'm pretty sure he has done every single one. If not, he's missed 1 or 2. Just the sound of it is so impressive.
And he's pulled the whole shot too. I reckon he would have given Holmesy a run for that one.
I'm not sure what it's like on the live feed, but this thing is impressive. Such a nice guy, Kempy, too. He's always willing to help everyone and just loves riding. Loves it.
Has he got boxes on?
Just specs.
prospects is he's got.
He knew he was going to hole shot it.
That's all he had to. I don't think he has. Interviewing with glasses.
Father and son combinations. There's been a few passed down the reins, and the Headlands have been a long-standing duos of father and sons racing, and it'd be interesting if you ask Trent if he'd get on the back of his old man. It'd be a good question.
I reckon the only one
We'll
that's
throw
got,
it out there.
the only one that's got big enough balls to go on the back of Mick is Curry.
Look, Nick's definitely cleaned himself up. He's very, very smooth and consistent. You know, like he's got the track record here in Mildura, and he's got dash for cash winners several times here. So yeah, you know, they got a really good combination going at the moment, and he's still out there loving it. Yeah, it is very, it is much shame. He's a bit of a local legend. Yeah, he broke his arm on you, buddy.
Yeah, on the
Girls'
solo.
bike.
He just
just
he
killed.
did the dash for cash. He put the new tyre in and shut off over the finish line, then realised he couldn't.
Riding them girls' bikes.
Couldn't steer.
Not enough dirt on the track.
The best passenger in Australia, Nelly, and he can't handle a girl's bike.
To a progressive points on our classics as well. Chris and Hannah Holmes have 11. Bearing in mind
Look, you gotta understand. I mean, Brenton Kerr just loves riding motorbikes, and I take my hat off to him for trying to have a go at solo. But I've never ridden one, but it's big commitment.
Yeah, they don't do anything they're meant to do until you're flat out. They become easy to ride the faster and more spin you have. So it's not really normal, and it helps to start on junior speedway for sure. I take my hat off to what Brenton's doing.
But Curry, he rides everything. So for him to jump on a solo, he obviously rides a dirt bike and that pretty well, but to jump on a solo and actually be pretty competitive and mix it with the boys is pretty impressive for the nearly best passenger in Australia.
Harris also on 11.
We are back, ladies and gentlemen. Track is prim and proper, thanks to Rhino and the boys.
Yeah, they don't mind having a bit of a fluff around out in the track there. Sometimes you shake your head at them, but they seem to get it right most times. So I don't see me out there on a grader doing it. So yeah, it's all volunteer work.
That
which is
picture right there, real men don't drag their knees; they drag their ass. That pad there on behind Egan, that is beautiful.
Yeah, that's when you know you're too close to the ground, I think. But yeah,
we must have a bike down. We've got Brenton Dwyer out of red, Shane Rudloff out of blue, Wazza out of yellow. This should be a cracking race too. Brenton Dwyer's going pretty well.
Wazza again.
Out of
got
white
around.
gate. Too good. Nice fresh track. Look at Monson, just smooth, good line, fast, shutting down a bit tighter to the pole.
Pretty impressive for Wazza to get Summerhays back from like the middle of Australia too to do the summer. He's been away up bush, up Northern Territory or something. He's come back into the passenger again, which is pretty impressive.
Yeah, I'm not sure what Summerhays is going to do this season. He's going to obviously finish the season with Wazza, and I'm not sure. It might be the last time you see Wazza and Summer. Well done, Wazza, great race. Might be the last time you see this pairing as this season. Summerhays is loved that he's got the travelling bug, and him and his missus bought a caravan, and he's got his house on the market here in Mildura, and he's stoked. He's looking to travel again. So it'll be a sad to see this team not race together. They're quite a good duo and
worked together for a long time.
Oh, yes. They're just great pairing. Woz is always a humble guy, and should be. He deserves that. You know what? They'd be a big contender for an Aussie title, and I hope they do. last season together, but Aussie title's always a different story.
Yeah, it's cool. It's at Gilman again now, so WA has shut us out again, so we'll take that opportunity and run it close to home.
Yeah, bloody COVID. They've indefinitely shut the borders, so it's great for the sidecar guys in Gilman, but not so much WA. But yeah,
Who's coming out of WA, Causey?
there's actually a few good riders over WA. They've got a good contingent of riders. Great riders over there. Yep.
I like I said before, I had the opportunity to go at the end of February, and it obviously all got shut down.
No one cares, Sedgy. We got next heat. We got the youngsters again. Max House. Sorry, Sedgy. Shut down. We got Max House, Riley Camerons again. Here we go. Let's see how the youngsters can go.
So this is their second season out of juniors or third? It's impressive either way.
No, I believe they're second. This is their second season.
Yeah, it's awesome. The last season they come on leaps and bounds. It was awesome to watch up in the box. So
maybe even their third season, to be honest.
Yep.
Their first season was quite quiet, but
got a good jump.
Out of red gate, nice start. Awesome. Gates is coming around the outside. If they can hold this like their last race,
Gate has got his work
nice
cut
speed
out.
down the straight. Gates, he'll be trying to track him down. He wants some points. So smooth, these youngsters.
Oh, that's awesome.
Howden Commons have got a good distance between Gates. He's trying to track him down. He's not close enough for a dive bomb yet. Just so smooth, these boys. Good line.
Gator with his new passenger on for the Knights, starting to find their way around now.
Yeah, they're going all right. Eli Blocks, it's a big step up from AJ Pearce. Bigger motor, a lot different configuration. Gates has got a bit more years on AJ, but mate, look at these youngsters go. Yeah, boy.
That's awesome.
That's impressive. Very impressive. Gator's no slouch.
That was a good few bike lengths on him.
To beat him around Mildura.
Look at the boys, just happy that I'd be dumping up and down bloody into the crowd.
You carry on like a jack in a box.
Got to give the crowd what they want.
Mate, they'll just go back into the pits and not even a bloody wave for the crowd.
No, they're focused on the next for the final.
They just humble. They're pretty young, but that's great riding from the youngsters.
And it looked quick, so they just go and mop her off and put a new tyre in and get back out there.
Just super smooth. And both their fathers were like that. They were just super smooth. Good throttle control. Just super smooth. Very fast and smooth.
Heat 19, we got the Australian champs coming out. The red.
Aussie number one. Mark Place said Ben Pitt out of red gate. They should do pretty well in this heat. Steve Fowler, Kim Menadou. They should quite easily get some points on this.
Oh, Mark, he's such a nice guy too. He just kind of cruises along and does his thing.
Petty doing a bit of gardening.
He's back on the floors.
Front of the red grid girl.
Polishing the floors again.
Grid girl's looking beautiful tonight as well. Thanks for them.
Thanks to the STE grid girls.
STE. Stewie's grid girls. Very nice. Always good atmosphere with the girls. Get on the bike, Petty.
Just stuffing around like a typical sidecar rider.
Not as bad
Can't
as...
do it without you. Put your hand down, Pitty. Here we go. Get out of the way, Reese.
Oh.
Tight lines from Mark. Great start. Ken Menadou's gone really good to watch. Just how much power and drive these cross planes have got, the lead they get on them out of the first corner, first lap is just so impressive.
So is Yamaha the only cross plane other than what was running?
Yeah, they had the V twins, but the new crossplane Yamahas are a bit different to them. So, but yeah,
Smooth as silk.
Aussie number 1, Mark Place said local Ben Pitt. Well done. Very nice 3 points there to the Aussie champions. She's going to be a tough final.
I've got a question for you, Causey.
Is it a smart question?
Yeah, no, it's very intelligent.
Coming from a solo rider, you sure?
Hey, mate, you're only a swinger.
Hey, I've got to ride
both.
as well.
Oh,
It goes both
you
ways.
can multitask.
Yeah. Well, tell me your stupid question.
Who?
Hurry up.
We've obviously discovered that Darren Chalor was probably the best, you would say. Who would be the next best from him?
Oh, wow. That is a very good question.
Because you got Trent Headland,
well,
you got these guys,
that comes
Mark.
down to maybe more of a personal choice. Now, I don't even want to answer that.
Nah?
I don't want to. Well, I could. I reckon Causey. Now, look, that is a great question. Who would you say would have to come after Darren Chalor?
Maybe text into
Wow.
Causey.
Are we talking in history or?
Well, you asked the question.
That's actually on me. I'm talking current time.
Well, you got to do it all time though too.
Nah, I'm saying right
you're
now.
talking Dennis Nash and Glenn O'Brien.
Well, I would say Glenn O'Brien.
So make up your mind with your question.
All right, we've got two questions.
One question. That's all you get. Quick.
No, two.
Righto.
Who's
Nah.
kind of the second
We are
best
back on the
behind
next race.
Darren? Fill me in. Who is it
At this current time.
at this current time?
Oh, look, Glenn O'Brien's won 5 Aussie titles. He was a
That's
weapon
not
back in the
current
day.
time.
Yeah, but it's hard because that's still part of the history and current, aren't they? You know, they're on the record books. So
All right, and
we'll have to come back to this
easier question. Who's
Let's
going to
come
win the
back to
Aussie
that.
titles this year?
Yeah, go on. Who's your money on?
Oh, look, Darren Chalor's, he's unbelievable,
Oh,
and
it's-
Gilman.
Outside Darren.
Look, next race, boys.
Make your mind up, mate.
Rick Stevens out of white. Oh, good block by Spearsy.
Oh.
We got a bit of pushing and shoving in the second and third.
Made me
Hard
jump
to
out the
see.
seat.
That's a good angle.
That's a better view. Camera guys just learning a bit on getting good footage. Good ride by Spears, eh? Like
He's riding
yeah,
awesome.
he's riding really well. Yep.
So is he normally on
Oh.
the back of someone?
Yeah. So him and his brother used to swing, but now he's on the handlebars. He's great ride by Spears. He just good, smooth, and we've just lost a passenger.
That's a great line.
Nice 3 points there for Spearsy. Rick Stevens in second. Great ride by Mitch Spears, Green Machine. He's picked up a few points tonight too. He'll be good contention for the final, semi-final.
Is he trying to copy you, Causey, with that colour scheme?
It's a different kind of setup. Yeah, it looks great, doesn't it? Very similar to mine. Yeah.
He went a bit quicker than you, though.
Yeah, he goes good. We got another round of the classics, guys. Here we go. We got Wakey. Loves it.
He has been up and about today.
Mate, he loves it. He's built his own Honda 750, and he's jigged it off Gav Murtaugh's original bike. And I rode it with Rex's, the blue 750, that old classic I rode. And mate, it handles like a dream. And Wakey's got this thing, got an 830 kit in it, and he's got it on methanol, and it's off its head for a classic. But
brilliant.
well, I think he should be handicapped. I think they have.
I want him up against the Jap, my favourite bike, but it's
I
not
just
here.
want to see Holmesy out there again with the whole shot.
Oof. We got Horry here getting bear
Yeah,
hugged by
Horry
his-
loves it.
Look at the passenger's grip on
At
him.
least
around
they all
his
got
throat.
goggles on. Typical.
Reece, jump to the left and we're going to see that bear hug going on. Look at that. That is man love.
You got Paul Snadden out of white.
He's
You can see
holding
his
on.
beard hanging under the helmet.
And the Moto 3.
He's got him in a chokehold.
He has.
Have a look. He's in a chokehold. Who's his passenger?
It's who's on the back of
Dev.
John Wilcox.
John Wilcox, yeah.
He's probably scared because he's been hanging on with Dev all night.
He's probably knackered. Two different bikes for the
Careful,
night.
you'll put him to sleep, Johnny.
This is by race 10 for him.
I've never seen anyone start like that.
UFC will be coming in with a contract.
Oh, he's going to start like that. Oh, what happened there?
That was gentle.
Yeah.
Oh,
good.
wheel
Oh, the
Robin is
classic.
racing.
He's only got one hand.
Oh, you see, look at him. Oh, great race.
Oh!
Great race by the bloke. Too wide. Wakey's
He
trying
ain't
to check
finished
out.
yet.
He's trying to
Turn
check
back.
out. Wakey's determined to check out. He loves having that thing bell
Oh,
bouncing.
mate's taking his both hands
He
off.
needs the goggles
Oh,
off.
I think his Red Bull, his Red Bull just ran out. They'd be drinking a few of these, the old boys, I think.
Oh,
Oh, that looks a bit understeer there, the old Wakey. Just let her come round. She'll come around. Bop, bop, bop,
he's
bop,
going
bop.
wide.
Where's he going? Oh,
He was going to get a bloody hamburger from the Merbein Footy Club.
and they are beautiful hamburgers, mind you.
while I'm hanging off the fence, give me a steak sandwich. Look, you got to love these guys. They bring these old girls out, and there's a lot of years of these, how old these bikes are, and to put them on show is fantastic.
And they are beautiful when they turn up here. They are showroom condition.
Yeah, yeah.
Maybe not now,
Most
but they were.
of them. Most of them. There's a couple that probably
so-
should stay in the shed.
Some boys do the work at the track, not in the shed.
But no, there's definitely a few good, nice-looking bikes that they just like getting them out and having the sound of them go around the track.
Yeah. Oh, it's brilliant.
They're not out there to hurt anyone. They're out there for a bit of fun, and they just love their racing.
Race time of 71.153.71.
So back to WA, the WA thing with the Aussie titles.
Oh, yeah, WA would have to be spewing that it's not there. They
Yeah.
really pushed hard, and they had their track. They did a lot of work to
Yeah.
get their track really on pristine position. They did so much work and had a good build-up for the Aussie titles.
Yeah, it's. I'm hoping the 3 or 4 that would have been in the running to go straight into the field there. Hopefully they make the trip to Gilman.
Yeah, well, it's be interesting because their borders are shut, so they might not be able to race it, which they would be so disappointed that not only to miss a title, but not even to be able to race the title.
Either that, or they have to come over and then quarantine for 14 days, which is, it's for a big, huge meeting, but you still got to pay the bills, so it's
maybe not viable either to spend that much money. Just to, it makes it so hard. So
Hopefully.
Hopefully a few of them. You got a couple of good WA boys over there. Nashy, Shields, Fusters, Mitchell, Bishops. Glenn O'Brien's from Perth. He's been a big influence over there, helping the lads out. Russell Mitchell, he's over there, and there's quite a good blokes running over there. So it's a shame, but next year they'll have it. So hopefully COVID's subsided a lot more, and I was really looking forward to getting over to Perth and have a bit of a holiday and get over there. It's always a beautiful town, Perth.
Yes.
It's a long way to go, a long road trip.
Yeah, it is.
There's some hell of a stories on the road trip.
I reckon.
Oh.
You Sidecar boys know how to party, so...
Poor my old man had to drive all the way home one year because I was just a mess from celebrations. I didn't even win the joint, but
From Perth.
yeah, he did. We stopped for 2 hours. I think that was the whole thing. He's a machine, old Roscoe.
What were the tracks like over there? They have dirt on them, or are they just like concrete? For
In
girls?
Perth, when we went there,
Yeah.
the little one, we were on the junior track, and it was concrete. It was the safest track. I had to go infield.
But you girls love the concrete tracks, don't you?
No, not at all.
Oh, you like a bit of dirt?
Yeah.
Yeah, right.
Cameron
Cam did. He's from old school, see?
Cameron's got the best photo in Speedway history, I reckon. With leg back on the grass.
Cam's the old school, loves the dirt. You knew Sidecar, right?
My legs aren't long
Solo.
enough, mate. Cam's got long
Yeah, well,
legs.
enough of you solo girls. We
I'm,
got,
I'm struggling to bloody get the feet on the
So
footbed.
that-
By the way, Bobby's out here with the Jap again, the
Yes,
V-twin Jap.
be quiet.
Is
Let's
Holmesy-
hear this.
Holmesy-
Let's just
oh,
hear.
the whole
Oh,
shot
here we
kings.
go.
Whole
Let's
shot
just let
kings.
these guys run.
Oh,
Oh,
Holmesy!
It's neck and
Holmesy!
neck. Oh!
Holmesy!
come on, Kempy. Oh no,
He's missed a gear.
Missed a gear.
Holmesy's got his daughter on the back, so he wants a clear
Yeah,
of carnage.
That's fair.
Just listen to that, Jap.
Oh,
Yeah, I hope it sounds as good as it does listening to it in real life, but
as she comes past here, we'll just listen
let
to
it
a purr.
go.
Oh, Kempy, stop it.
that is so cool. Look at the old plastic visor on the front of it.
He has not let the Inform team get away either.
He's doing pretty well. Oh, he's got goggles on this race.
Look, Holmes has been racing a lot of years. He loves it. He's got that thing worked out. Tempy's on the charge.
Oh.
Look at the difference in the riders and how it's set up, you know.
Oh,
That's how
two
old.
different
That's how
sports.
they,
To the line.
What a great race. Just
Well
the difference
done.
in setups, you know. I mean, it's hard to have all the same class of classics racing, but
It'd be interesting to know how many years in between those two bikes.
the years, yeah.
You know, it must be 15, 20 years maybe.
Definitely those Japs are
That's a
old.
guess. If anyone can text in and give us some clarification, that'd be great.
Text we got
Text Simon on 04.
No, give him my number.
Causy's our live feed questionnaire.
Thanks, guys, for tuning into the live stream. This Gates Memorial is sponsored by Prestige Engine.
Prestige worldwide.
Prestige. We've got a great crowd here. It's really bit of wind, cold winds come in, so it's great.
Dropped it from 36 to 34.
Thanks again for tuning in. We've tried our best to get a good thing on. We've just had a few problems with the microphones in the interviews. We tried our best. We just had a few issues, didn't we, Justin?
Yeah, we were just kind of winging it a bit. We rocked up probably late and just got thrown in the deep end, which was always good. But
So here we come to the pointy end, boys. We boys starting to pick their gate choosings for the semis and the finals.
is this when the real men come out?
This is when the real gardening goes on here.
Oh, we never got cleaned up by the gate.
So we got Wazza and Andrew Summerhays just out there, just trying to pick their gate.
So who gets to pick this? I know the rider's the main chief, but for some reason the passenger gets off and kicks the dirt. So who does the main kicking here?
Look, at this point, Wazza obviously would pick it because it's his. He wants to win,
His
and
baby.
his passenger would help. He would sort of say, "Look, I think this is a good rut," but you know, probably not Summerhays because he just hangs on. He doesn't know really
He
what
shifts
he's
a bit
doing.
of dirt, though. Good grader driver.
He does. He does shift a lot of dirt
Look,
for a living, doesn't he?
this is so important. This start when you start coming to the pointy end of the race. All good riders know that the start is crucial. You want to get to that corner first, and the only way to do that is from this start.
We can see the ruts right there. That's a beautiful angle. Can they get too deep for a sidecar? Do you bottom out?
Oh, 100%. Those deep ruts, if you don't pick the right rut, you can bottom out, and that's drag.
Yep.
So you're dragging on the bottom of your whole bike's dragging on the dirt, and while you're dragging, the other ones are getting off.
Yeah,
so
yeah.
When you look at the track, red's very, very rutty. Always get the water falls down to the pole line, and then as you get wider to blue and white's your race line. So that's always going to be harder, so it's slicker. And then you got yellow. It's no man's land. You're either going to come out of that gate like a rocket, try and get around the outside, or you're going to do a switchback, whereas you let them get out in front and you come back underneath them.
Yep.
So
Which is what Mark did in the Aussie title.
Yep, 100%. So it's crucial, and this is where the pointy end, the cream rises to the top, you know. But if you're the highest point scorer, you're definitely going to want to pick red. It's just safer. You control the race a bit more. There's a young Housing Commons. They've obviously scored a few points. So
Look at that beautiful mullet.
these guys, killer, eh? I had a mullet.
Full Broken
I
Hill.
love my mullet. Business at the front and party at the back.
Why'd you get rid of it?
No, I had it. I was only young. Grew up. Turned into a man. These solo riders.
Well, Cedric just saying he wants to become a man.
Yeah,
he was going to throw it out there and see.
Sedgy's decided that the boy becomes a man. He's actually wanting to jump on three wheels. He actually sort of threw his hat in the ring to swing for Trent Edlin.
Yeah, well,
Ty Wolferton actually swung for Trent Edlin over in Perth.
Yeah,
Did you see that, Cam? Over in WA?
No,
Ty
I didn't.
Wolferton.
No.
Ty
He has a
Wolferton
mullet
did
too.
a meeting together. Yeah,
That's
they-
impressive, yeah.
They
Throw
did,
me
yeah.
in.
Well,
Throw
Ty
me in.
Wolferton's a Perth boy.
Yes.
But does he race for Australia or he races
England.
for England?
Yeah. So he's born in
Great
England.
Great Britain.
Great
Born in Scunthorpe, I think.
Yep.
And then he come back at it. He was young lad and grew up in Perth and loves surfing and playing the guitar and all the Aussie stuff. And
Yeah, that's great.
got the Aussie flag tattooed on him. But
Yeah.
you know, it would have been a dream for his father to run under the GB banner, and that's what
Become
he
world
chose.
champion.
Yeah.
But anyway, Causey, I've got to become a man.
Yeah, the boy becomes a man, jumps on a sidecar.
Yeah.
Trent Edlin might be the one. He's good at helping boys become men.
Well, I've got to put it out. I've got to put it out.
Solo
to you.
riders, you
I've got to
know.
put it out here. You get someone organised, and I'll do a meeting.
Right,
There you
eh?
go. He's got
Sedgy's
license.
put it
He's got
out there.
license. He's got his own
Sedgy's
Kevlars. He's
putting it
ready
out
to
there. He's
go.
going to have to tune up a little bit. How much you weigh?
66.
50 kilos.
Oh, that's pretty nice. Yeah, not bad, not bad. You look like you weigh 80. You sure them scales aren't bloody? Them scales are lying to you.
I've even had 2 sets of scales just to try and prove a point. But
Anyway, here we go, boys. Let's get to the point. What you boys have come to the pointy end of a few meetings, and this is where the nerves start building.
Yeah.
Don't
Yeah, it all ramps up now.
this is the B final.
This would be the B final.
Yep.
Yeah,
This is
I
where the
hate B
nerves start
finals.
setting in, don't they, boys?
B finals suck
Yeah, B final is a win or bust. So
because you don't get paid for it either.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, you don't
What do you
get
mean? Yes, you do.
No
That's
point
two
money
points.
for the B
Only the
final.
win?
Yes, there is.
If you go in the final, you get a bit more. But if you run a second, she's all over.
Yeah, fair enough.
Not
Yeah,
buying
right.
a beer.
I don't know about that. I don't think you're right. But,
I am thirsty.
I'm dead right.
Still adds
I
to your
was-
points. Anyway, look.
I'm more
Who
educated.
we got in the B final? We have
Flood.
got Brent Dwyer and Flood. Very good final.
Byron
semi.
Gates off out of red.
Byron Gates out of red, so he's obviously got some good points. You know what? Those young lads, Housing Commons must have
Straight in.
straight in.
Beautiful.
Rob Mennett.
40 seconds are under the.
Someone's.
Under the pump
Rick Stevens got to get out there. Kim Manaju. Gatesy out of red.
here. One thing with Sidecar
Rick
riders,
Stevens
they're
out of
never in
blue.
a hurry.
So we got Gatesy out of red, Rick Stevens out of blue.
I'm sure the ref will allow a little bit extra time because we all want to see 4 riders out there.
Yeah, definitely.
I know about Gav.
Brendan's calling it. That's sad. They haven't managed to get it going.
Yeah, that's sad. Come the semis, you want to finish it out. You know, it'd be good if they could bring the next rider out, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
That'd be
Or
cool.
the reserve.
Yeah, the
Your
reserve.
old bloke.
Well, no, you'd have to bring out the next bloke, wouldn't you? 'Cause
You would.
Yeah. Here we go. Three-legged race for the semi. Who's your money on?
Oh,
Go on,
Gator.
Gatesy. Best start all night.
Oh, good punch up. Gatesy's just checked
A
out.
lot of love in that first corner. They're looking in unison now, the pairing of Gates and...
Eli Block.
That's it. Sorry, Bloggy.
Brent Dwyer's up for the inside. Brent Dwyer's, if he gets it nice and tidy, he could track him down.
He is coming.
He's got a good pole line. He could track him down.
Oh, Gator. Two raw.
Oh, wow. You got to get a bit tighter, Gatesy. He's coming for you.
Oh, man, here it comes. Here it comes.
Oh, Brenda
Stunning.
Dwyer. Oh, no.
Got the
Get
dive
back
on.
up there, Gatesy. Oh, no. Oh,
no.
Brenda Dwyer. Good race. Oh, that is heartbreaking for Gatesy, guys.
Absolutely.
Oh, mate, great race by Brent Dwyer, mate. reeled him in. Oh, that is devastating for Gatesy.
Blue's not happy.
Mate, great race from Dwyer.
Absolutely awesome.
Great race. He just rode really well.
He needs to get himself back in the pits, get refreshed up,
Early
and ready
days
for the A
first
final.
meeting, just heartbreaking for Gatesy not being the Gates Cup, but mate, that was a great race.
Hard without Mick, like it's a different.
Yeah, different passenger, different weight, different experience. It would knock your confidence around a bit, definitely. But they rode well. They're definitely, they can hold their heads up pretty high. But they'd be gutted. They only just missed out narrowly, didn't they?
Yep. Yeah, done everything right. Made a great start. Did a perfect first corner. Just couldn't hold it on the curb. He's running it too wide and leaving the door open.
Brenton just rode it smart, didn't he? He could read it and he just kept nice and smart.
And there is dirt on the curb, like coming off the turns where you can't get unless you're off the gas a little bit or going deep and turning back. That if you get on that line, it seems to pull you forward. So
yeah, definitely. No, still a great race. That's what we
absolutely
want to see.
Got us out of our seats.
Great race to the end. Oh, that was cracker. Yeah. Bit of a shame there wasn't 4 in that, but great first corner. Bit of barging and
right. So do we know who the final is now?
So I reckon we would have Mark Place said, Warren Monson, Housey, and Brenton Dwyer.
Yeah. Yep. So who's our pick?
Great ride by Brenton Dwyer.
He worked at it.
He's been racing for a lot of years, and he's relatively new on that bike. He raced all last season. Great rider. He's really learning the craft quite quickly, and that new bike he's got, he's just really sorting it out. So
Adelaide boy?
He was an Adelaide boy. He's moved to, I believe he's from Melbourne at the moment, so he's doing a few miles to get here. But his father lives here. Great guy, really great guy.
Cool.
They're actually really nice people, good guys, and no, he'll be stoked. Very, very humble guy.
Yeah, cool.
Just easy going, and nothing phases him. But yeah,
here we go. Oh, Wakey's out in front from red. Yellow's coming around to challenge.
Oh, Wakey's got the line.
Oh,
he's working on the outside.
Here we go. Look at this.
A race. Good race.
Oh, turn back. Oh, beautiful. Wakey won't be done with that. He'll throw it back, surely.
I'm pretty sure that looks like Mark Bowen in front. Looks like he's on a Brian Gathercole machine.
He is going great guns.
These guys are going for sheep stations now.
It's the final. Oh, he's come back, Wakey, to the line. Another lap to go.
One more lap. Get it tighter, son. Get it tighter.
He's in the centre green.
He's running every bit of the track.
Wakey's
using it all.
Wakey's using the grass and everything.
Just curb crawling.
You would have.
Here we go. He's back.
Oh,
no! It's Yellow.
He saved him. He put him back on the track.
He did. What a race.
You would have excluded me for that race.
No, it's 3. It's you're allowed to have 2 wheels over, aren't you?
You still would have excluded me.
It's you, yes, not him.
Oh, what a cracker race. He actually put him back on the track.
He did. He saved him. Oh,
that's a Brian Gathercole machine, that is. And that's Mark Bowen riding that. Well done. Look at the damage to the fairing. He's bloody.
It's got some love battles.
Bit of paint was traded then.
It actually, sometimes it helps when you get hit. It does help you straighten back up and keep you on track. You know, you get a bit of a cross up and then someone gives you a hit and it does help you back on the track. Yeah.
Yeah, but
it's
your hit and our hit might be a little bit different.
And that's what I've struggled with the refereeing is how hard to hit. So with solos, you can brush each other and move each other and everyone stays on board. But as soon as you hit someone too hard, you're off. It's chalk and cheese, like it's black and white. Where you guys, there's barging, there's groping, there's all sorts of different caresses.
And a lot of the time, a lot of the bikes just get a big momentum of drive, uncontrollable. Like their bike will just pick up a heap of drive unintentionally. So
off the corners more so.
Yeah, more so off the corners or down the straights, and they probably hit a slicker spot and can't pull it up.
Yep.
And then some other riders just dive bomb and just crash bang into everyone.
Yeah.
You know, crash bang wallet.
So there's been a lot of crash banging. Just riders grow some horns and sort of get a bit angry.
Absolutely, yeah.
They get a bit of bargy, and then I'm not happy with that. I'm going to get him back. You know.
Yep.
There's been a few disagreements sorted out on the track over the few years.
And that's sort of the tough job that Gav's got tonight, and what I put my hand up for sometimes. I don't want to be wrong, so I must admit I wasn't super interested in sidecars when I was racing. I was trying to do my own thing, but now I'm trying to get my head around it.
Yeah, I really think the boy becomes a man. He starts referring the sidecar meetings.
So I thought you were going to try and chuck me on the back of one as well. I was like, nah, I'm good. I'd love to steer one. I would like to steer one.
I steered with Holmesy.
Yeah.
And it was actually, I didn't enjoy it because I had responsibility of someone.
Yeah,
But when
true.
I was passenger to him, he had responsibility of me. So I had,
It was
I
easier.
felt like I had more, trust in him.
Than you
what
had in yourself.
Yeah, like it was weird. But lower to the ground, it just.
So how hard are they to steer on your own? Like, don't even take a victim on the back.
You can steer them without a passenger, but you definitely, that passenger helps. It's a matter of.
You're not going to win races without a passenger.
No, I'm not going racing, Sedge. I'm just. This is a Wednesday night.
So we got Kempy. Kempy's on another bike.
Yeah, he's dropped the Jap and he's.
So who's the pick for the winner, boys? The final.
Oh.
We got young Housey Commons.
Oh.
Mark Playset, Aussie #1. Ben Pitt.
Was
Warren Munson. And Brenton Dwyer. I think your money'd have to be on. Geez, I reckon
Monson's in the great seat, in red. I don't know, but Housey's been sharp. If he has blue, that's gonna, and he gets across.
Easy
what a
upset.
great win from the youngsters if
Oh.
they pull that off, mate. Oh,
Broken Hill will be
Green.
up and about tonight.
Yep. No,
Won't
it'd be
sleep.
great. Would
The
be
city
great
that
to
never
see
sleeps,
him.
Broken Hill.
Would be great to see him. Yeah, definitely the pointy end. But you can't go past the best Wazza and Mark when it comes to the finals.
Holmesy pulled it
Another
off
hole
again.
shot.
Can't be
Oh.
winding it on.
He wants his final. He's jumped on the better bike, maybe. I'm not sure.
He's just running quite wide there, Kempy, isn't he? Chasing that dirt. He's picking up speed.
Oh. Here he comes. Here he
Kempy.
comes.
Ew.
Wow.
Round
Long
the
way round.
outside. Long way around.
Holmesy will not be satisfied with that. He'll
He
come
had a
back.
bit of a look over his shoulder and said, "What are you doing out there?" That's just experience with Kempy. He's been riding a lot of years.
Superb. He's actually checking out. Shawnee Stevens on the last lap board, doing a great job.
It's getting a bit.
Horry on the back.
I doubt it. But it looks like he's Kevlar's.
It does look like him.
Reese Farr with the checkered flag.
Former passenger of the Cause Machine.
Yes.
Solo
Yep.
rider.
Yeah, he's done it all. He's
He's
battered
he a
both
man?
sides.
He become a man racing on my side of me on the sidecars. Stepped it up.
Oh, Kempy's got no. He's got
No
everything. He didn't want the goggles. Now he's got the helmet colour over the face.
He has no goggles.
No, he
He
just
just
ripped
took
them
them
off.
off.
Yeah.
Okay.
got the goggles underneath the glasses.
okay.
And mentioning the boys and the flags, the volunteers out tonight that makes this thing happen is
Second
Mate,
to
it takes a
none.
lot of people.
Second to
It takes a
none.
lot of people to make this not happen. So you got to really take your hat off to them all. And,
Yeah.
bar staff, all the volunteers that help run the pits, referees, stewards. There's a lot that goes into
tracks,
it.
everything. Yeah.
Track crew. They were here last night getting it ready. And
Yeah.
through the week, and then today.
All day.
It's a big effort by the guys. Brenton Kerr does a great job. Donating a lot of his time and Summer Hayes.
Yeah,
Mate, he's great.
he was racing and doing the track on the same
Yeah,
night.
it's
Take my
impressive.
hat off to Summer Hayes. I really do. To do that is impressive. Yeah.
So
Here we
who's
go,
your-
boys. A
Who's
big
your
one.
money on? Who's your money on?
Oh,
Corby?
look,
Come
mate, I
on, you
hate
ask
calling
us.
it because I don't want to think I've got favourites. But here we go, guys. The grid girls are lining up.
Go on, Causey. Tell us.
Look, I'd love to see an Aussie.
I'm going
number one.
place then.
Yep.
I'd love to see Aussie #1 win just because he's Aussie #1 and, it's always good to see the Aussie #1 win. But it's also always
Why?
good to see him challenge.
Why?
Oh, because you're Aussie #1, you always...
That's what the crowd have come to watch, I guess.
Yeah,
Maybe.
but-
But they
no,
want the
it's just,
hero too.
That's
was
just my
I'm
opinion,
going
mate.
for House.
Oh.
Yeah.
I'm going for
good
the
call.
boys.
Yeah.
I'm going for the boys.
Good call.
Are they men or boys?
Good call. Good call.
Well, if you're going with the Aussie champion, I'll have to jump on the back of another
You'll have to go Was, mate.
You'll have to go Was.
Well, there's only 3. We need to get bloody Brady. You need to get the other guy.
Well, you know what? He can pull a rabbit out of a hat. He's pretty calm and collected when it comes to finals. He's raced enough of finals to know that you just got to get out in front and go and keep a smooth line. So I think it'll be between Was and Mark. They both got the experience between them to step it up.
It's a 2-minute siren.
We're getting ready. We just had a couple setbacks, so we're running late. So we want to get that show on the road. So.
Dwyer. Trent.
Dwyer.
Is Trent going for Dwyer?
Dwyer's have to be out of yellow, yeah?
Yes.
Yep. Can't put nothing against Yellow Goat either. He's got it. If they all bunch up and get out and Yellow comes underneath, that's a game changer too. So
absolutely.
Dwyer's definitely got good pace.
And he was fast around the curb, so he will switch back.
Good pace, so it could be anyone's.
We got a special message in here, Causey. You better read that out.
Brent Edlin's jumped on the Dwyer team.
He's got it first, second, and third.
Dwyer's on the
house.
Dwyer's on the Trent Edlin's on the Dwyer team when Wazza and Mark Place said take each other out. Nah, dark horse Dwyer, but nah. Look, it's Wazza's out of red. You can't go past red gate come the finals. What do you guys like out of in the finals?
Well, I went out there tonight, and gate 4 for a solo is beautiful at the moment. Unfortunately for you guys, the chairs in the road, you can't get close enough to the fence. But when the track changed here to the banking and all the beautiful stuff they've done now, gate 4 was huge. I liked it out there. It was always grippy, always had a run along, chop people's noses off, and then could run wide or choke it on the curb. So.
Well, there you go. Yellow's out of solo. Here we go, guys. Final time. This is crucial. This start, getting a good rut and getting out of that hole is crucial.
Yeah, Mark. I reckon Mark for the cutback here.
Oh, this is where the adrenaline starts to kick in. I got goosebumps.
Can you feel it?
Go, Housey. Ew.
Here we go, guys.
Wazza placed it.
Great start by Wazza. Mark's fighting.
Absolutely ripper.
Mark's on him, Mark's.
Oh, Mark's got good pace.
Oh, he's locked it up.
Whoa, we got a couple.
On the back wheel. Wazza's nearly turned around too.
She looks a bit slick out there. It's a bit slick and dusty. And wow, Dwyer's come in second.
Yep.
I think. We got a passenger down.
Red light here, I think.
That was a bit nasty. That was not good. Oh, he's back on his feet.
That's
well
awesome.
done. He's straight onto his feet. That's Brenton Dwyer's passenger. Fell off and got taken in by another bike, but he's back on his feet straight away. That's fantastic.
The referee's got a big call here. Mark Placer was pretty hard
Definitely. It was hard to see on the camera, but someone's got to be excluded.
They were challenging for second place, and there will be a light eventually.
It's pretty slick, so I think Dwyer locked up, and Mark Place said was fighting on the inside.
Gate 4's on, so floods.
We've got a yellow. We've got a Brenton Dwyer's yellow. That's a
hard.
That's a bit hard. That track is slick. It's slick and dusty. They've all sort of spinning out and watching, checking this.
We might see some emotion here too. I don't know if he's happy.
That's a great sign to see him up and on his feet.
Absolutely.
That was a massive. He got
House
taken.
has got another go here.
He got taken out by the youngsters, and they would have been good call from the youngsters. They actually seen that. They flicked it in and washed off a fair bit of speed. The only other bloke I've seen do that was Justin Playstead. He had amazing skills for that. I was on him when we had Mark Mitchell's boy come off over the straight in Gilman, and Justin Playstead right on the trigger, threw it sideways and just washed all his speed off.
Incredible.
Otherwise, it would have been a lot more dangerous. But those youngsters definitely threw that sideways and saved a lot of speed then.
There was a lot of respect just then. The two boys shaking hands. They're pretty happy they're still alive, so that's good.
Just track's a bit dusty and slick. The boys are sort of coming in pretty hot, and she's definitely a bit slick on where the boys are throwing it in.
Yeah, the boys got a chance to make an adjustment, possibly, if not just to their riding, whether they can adjust their bike or not. But
obviously, you want to see the full race just one and done, but we got a second chance to watch it, and I think Mark will be have the bit between his teeth, and he'll have a bit of knowledge now that it is a bit slicker, and probably not go in so hard this time.
Definitely, and you know they both got a pretty good gate. Wasn't got a great gate, but Mark was definitely still there. So go to round 2.
Yeah, all our bets are
So
still on.
yeah,
All our bets are still
well,
on.
Brenton Dwyer's out. Who are we on now?
No,
No, we can't change. Can't change.
Oh, no,
Can't change.
That's right. We just the dark horse. Sorry, Trent Edlin, your dark horse is out.
Don't worry, Trent. I've got faith to jump on the back with you.
Here we go, guys. Round 2. Go to. Wise is pulling in.
They are deep, aren't they?
How did you go?
Mate,
with
when you get a
restarts?
good gate too, at first, you're always in the back of your mind to try and get a second good gate. You
Yes.
know?
Oh, yeah.
So
Causey,
it's-
how did you go with the restarts? I hate them.
Yeah, like I said, you get a good gate and then you got to do it again.
Yeah,
Like,
it's
that's-
hard.
It just throws you, you know. So
Unless if you're at the back.
If we get the same camera angle, watch House looks conventionally to his right, to the infield, to look at the tapes. Wazza looks straight at him to the outside. That would freak
that'd
most
do
humans
me
out,
in.
I reckon. Watch this.
Look at that. Oh, Mark, he's got a good one.
He has. He's got a
He's
ripper.
over. Oh,
how's he-
Aussie champ.
Oh, no.
Aussie champ.
Red light action again.
just slick. You'd have
It
to put
is.
them all back in after that.
I think you're going to have to. Wazza did turn around.
Yeah, they
did
got
spin around.
sort of caught together there.
There's a bit of like
Was
barging.
it took out and Housey had his wing on his nose and couldn't get there, so you'd have to put them all back in. That was an all back
If
in.
they were touching,
What the people want.
if they were touching
Slick,
going in.
they're sort of slick and they got caught together.
What's the go there, Causey? If you're just in front of someone just grabs your back end and then you come
Look-
around, whose fault is it?
Well, they kind of got caught as they're coming into the corner, and it upset Wazza, and he's kind of tried to flick it around, and it's slick. That's slick.
All
He's
three
spun-
back anyway.
It's spun out, but definitely very lucky not to have a big crash or a cartwheel.
Yeah.
So
We got all three back though.
Got a bit of
Causey
damage there
and
on the
Cam.
bike,
We got
but-
it all, we're still all in. All bets are
Yep.
still on.
mate,
Was
that
it-
was a great start by Playstead.
Oh.
Wazza and Hayes got
Oh.
caught, and Mark just checked out.
Gate 1 and 2 are too busy looking at each other's eyes.
Yeah, that was weird when you noticed that. That was
How would you go with that, Causey?
Oh, no,
ADHD
no.
would be playing up then, wouldn't it?
Oh, I'm just focused on the win, mate. I'm not getting out of the gate. That's all I'm good for. Gate starts. Can't do 4 laps, but I can do gate starts. I was quick out of the gate.
Yes.
That was about it.
I'll give you that.
Now, look, these
We know,
guys
just
are
ask ya.
these guys will be doing a fuel up, and they may get a bit of time to check their gear and maybe adjust their tyre pressures. Some of them will drag it out a bit because their bikes will be hot and fuel up. Check their tyres. They
Tense.
might drop tyre pressures a bit just to help with a bit of drive and not so slick. Now would be a good time if you had your spare brand new tyre on and you just pull it out, bang it in if you had time. But
This is the tense time.
I
of the
don't think
night.
you're actually allowed to on a restart.
if you're quick and
Under 2 minutes.
if you're quick enough,
You
I
can
think.
on the
Yeah.
track?
2
Oh, I suppose
minutes.
you can, yeah. Yeah, you can.
But you got to have it there, bang, ready to
Yeah,
go. You know, quick change, everything, pull it off. So, no, these guys
I'll
will be
be
just
worried about
looking for a bit of fuel and bit of tyre pressure change, and that's about it.
I always got my old man doing me back wheel, so I don't put the faith in him to do a quick change like that. It's too risky. Is Mark going to do it again from gate 3?
Great start from gate 3, wasn't it?
Awesome.
So we got another restart. That's when you're talking the third restart. So
Yep.
Tense times,
Gatesy,
Causey.
Gatesy got a good start. Mark's got a good start. Now it starts.
Is it Housey's turn? Did a good
Well,
start.
That's a good
Well,
point,
not
yeah.
looking at each other.
Well, I
at the
think
start.
he's definitely got the speed to hold out.
Yes.
If he gets in front, he definitely can check out.
The track's a leveler.
Especially when you got Mark and Wazza fighting each other, and if he checks out, anything is possible.
The drama just keeps building.
Tense. It's tense.
Hope everyone at home's enjoying it. We are.
Us pussy solo riders, we're enjoying it.
Hope everyone's enjoying the live feed. It's a relatively new thing that they're trying out and trying to get it off going for people all around Australia. Is it
Around the
broadcasted
world.
worldwide?
Worldwide.
Oh, great stuff.
Prestige worldwide.
Prestige edging worldwide. So it's great to get to have some coverage for people all around the world to get in and watch what we do at Mildura, and still got a bit to go with the live streaming, haven't it, Jedgy?
Yeah,
bit more
bit of teething,
bit more
bit of teething.
teething problems, but they'll get there as they grow, and a few more camera issues sorted out with the camera views and you know,
Interviews and
microphones.
people
and we'll get
talking on
there.
the microphones. And
This might be my last gig. You don't know.
One and done.
Make sure you leave some good feedback, guys. If you want me back
Send
again.
your emails,
We
your
need a good
complaints in
review.
too.
We don't have a complaint box. There's no complaint
So we'll
box,
be back
guys.
next week.
If it was on Facebook, we'd be banned by now, probably.
Nah, make sure you leave some positive feedback.
Please.
If you want us back. If you don't, I can understand. Maybe you don't want the solo boys back.
That's fair.
No, we're just pussies.
I'll go back up the box, I think.
Restart 3. Whose is it, boys? We're still sticking on our same
Yeah.
guy.
You can't jump ship now. We're
I'm
committed.
a bit nervous. Who am I on? Was I?
No, you're
Oh.
Aussie number 1.
Oh, you're changing now, boys.
No, you said
Oh,
it's
I
always
nearly had
good.
to win there. Okay.
It's always good for the Aussie one, so you
Right,
backed him.
that's right. I did too, yeah. Yep. Here
It's
we go,
about
boys.
time Housey made a good start.
Here we go. We're going to put a beer on this, the winner?
Yeah, why not?
Righto,
What, from the
sounds
VIP for free?
Righto. Righto, guys. Here we go.
Still got me lunch money.
Gates about to fly.
Oh,
Mark Blasted!
Oh, he's done it!
Oh!
Ew!
Cracking gate. Here comes Wazza. She's going to be tough.
Now
They've got
they're
to be
in gentle.
riding easy. They've got to get...
Yeah, well done.
Well done, Mark. He's smart. He's holding his line. Here comes Wazza.
It's getting tight.
Oh,
it's
wow.
getting real tight. Little lock up. Oh, another
That's
lock
a good
up.
turn.
Wazza's
That
got
was a
his-
great turn from Wazza.
Oh, Wazza up the inside. Here we
Wow.
go, guys.
The
Great
that
race.
curb.
The
There's
home
that
crowd is going wild.
She's very slick and hard to race out there at the
It's
moment.
all on the curb. Curb and fence, boys. That's the only 2 options.
Very smart pass.
Oh, he's got infield.
Oh, Wazza spun out.
Oh, he's nearly taken out the
Oh,
cheer
no.
girls.
That was a massive spin out. Nearly took out the girls in the... Oh. I'm back in. Mark placed it.
Your bet's still on, Causey.
3 beers.
He's
Oh,
got
he
the
did-
beer money.
Oh, well, would you look at that, guys.
Wow.
Wazza's spun out. It was slick. It's hard to race on us like that. He's
Aussie-
your champion.
Aussie champ just showing
Aussie
his
champ.
class.
Well done to Mark.
It shows
it's
horsepower tonight, was not
Unfortunate
everything.
for Wazza to spin out like that. Her track's a bit slick and dusty, and it was very hard to race. But
How's Housey, though?
well
What an
done
effort.
to Mark. Place set, guys. Aussie number 1. Ben Pitt. Well done, guys.
They're giving the number 1
The
too.
win's a win. Would have been. I mean, Wazza would have been spewing. He spun out in the last. Was that the
Yeah.
last lap? Or last right corner?
Nah, last
La-
lap.
one lap to go,
I
wasn't
tell
it?
you
Yeah,
what,
it
the
was 1 lap
grid,
to go.
the grid girls did well to jump
Holy
up.
moly, that was
Wazza nearly
close.
took out the grid girls.
He was going in.
There you go, Mark Place said, and Ben Pitt with the checkered flag. Some really great nights racing. Oh, so Housey just stood out. Housey and Young Commons stood out for me. Just great racing from the youngsters.
Yeah.
Straight into the A final.
The winters just sped him up. hasn't it?
Pretty tough field. It was a pretty good even field. I wouldn't say it was with the toughest here, but still great nights racing. That track, she's pretty black and hard.
Was that-
definitely a bit slicker for
Was
the
that,
for
was
the
that,
sidecar boys.
was that, I would say...
Would have made a good solo track.
Was that a little bit more throttle control? then, or-
Definitely, yeah. You sort of these machines are designed for dirt and to go fast. You know, definitely a bit of throttle control. But when it's that slick for us, it's very hard to ride because you can be going nice and then just hit that slick bit and your wheel just spins out and you can't catch them. You know, so they're very very hard. It gets skatey like you're on ice. So, but there you have it, guys. Aussie number 1s have won. I called it.
You did call it. You wanted to change
I don't,
3
boys.
times.
I
You had
don't.
3
You know what?
restarts.
At the end of the day, that's a win. You know, wasn't spun out, turned into the track conditions, didn't ride it properly.
Yep.
You know, and Mark rode it smart. You know, so you know if Wazza had rode it smarter, he definitely would have held it on. So that's definitely still a win for Mark.
Hey,
you know, rode
he
it
got
smarter.
the checkered flag.
Mate,
Yep.
he's the winner.
It
So
doesn't matter how you do it.
and he would be stoked. He knows Gatesy quite well, so he would be very honoured to win the Gates Cup.
And it's great to get a win with the Aussie titles in April around the
good
corner.
confidence booster to, Like I said, these boys are just practicing. They want to win, but it's good laps for them. You know, blow the cobwebs out and the problems. So
Ladies and gentlemen, I do hope you enjoyed that.
There's his father-in-law, Rob
There's
Wilson.
Rob Wilson, yeah, we were talking about him before, all the way from the UK.
I think he's several times British grass track champion.
Mark Playstead's father-in-law.
She your pom.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, right. Didn't know that.
He met him over, met his wife when he was over there racing, I believe.
Yeah, right.
Yep.
Like us.
Yeah.
I'm not married, but like
Yep.
us.
Mark Plaisted and Benny Pitt. The last
He's a good guy, Mark. He's one of the guys you can just go up and have a chat anytime, any place, and he's just cool as a cucumber and always has the time of day for you. It's really good to see him win.
My first year in junior speedway, God knows when that was. I was about 13 or 14, and he and his brother Justin were on the junior. They were the only sidecar outfit there in the junior speedway at Sidewinders, and they were unbelievable. They were. I'd never seen anything like it before in junior speedway, and anything like those two on a junior sidecar was awesome.
Yeah, look, Mark Place's Aussie #1 this year, and Justin won Aussie #1 as well as a rider, and he won 3 Aussie titles with Darren, and also on the handlebars. So there's not many people that have rode sidecars and they've done it as a passenger and a rider. So Justin and Mark, both brothers, son to Trevor Place, that have Trev's a pretty proud man to have 2 Aussie title holders. So
Well done to them guys too that come fourth. They put in a good show too to go through the B final, then to make it into the final. A little bit unfortunate, but that's how it goes.
I'd be pretty stoked. They'd be a bit disappointed. They got new fairings on. I don't know. They'd be a bit scratched up. I think. It always sucks when you got new fairings on and you get a bit of a bingle, and it's always disappointing. So here we got. This is the old Gates machine, I believe.
Yeah, it's beautiful.
Yep. It was an old Les Gates machine. Gatesy just parked there. Dave Curran rode it at one of the Aussie titles and ended up in hospital and broken ribs and punctured lung and done himself a big mischief. Yuck.
Takes a real man to ride it, does it, Causey?
That one it does, yeah. That thing, yeah.
Stoked on your 2 legs.
Dwyer beating Gates to get into the final. That was
huge upset.
We're just listening to Dwyer talk on the
mic. It's been a great Prestige. Edging obviously sponsored the night, and Gav's still over in the VIP box. He would have definitely sunk a few beers tonight. He loves a beer, and he also loves his speedway.
We might try and get him.
Get him on the.
Get him on the. Hey, Gav.
Good on you, Brent, and thanks very much for going to me. Okay, can we have Les and Brock, please, representing the Gates?
We just got the sponsor of the meeting coming over. This guy loves his Prestige edging. Gavin Hydale, he loves his speedway, and it's be good to have a bit of a chat with him as a sponsor. So it was a monster, spin it out.
Yeah.
Here we go.
He had it in the bag.
Summer's got a bit of dirt on him there. He didn't come off, did he?
Found the only puddle on the track, I think. Yeah. On the centre green.
Here we go. We've got Gav coming in now to have a chat.
Wiser on number 3. We've just got the sponsor of the meeting here with us just to do the sort of have a bit of a chat. Gav Hydale, Prestige Edging sponsor. Well done. Thanks,
what a great night.
Prestige Edging worldwide.
Yeah, well.
Happy with
proud to be a sponsor. What a great final, eh?
Yep. What do you think of the final? I had a couple of goes.
I had my money on Wazza, and I thought he was there too. Anyway, great. It was a great finish.
What do you think of the track conditions? Track conditions were a bit dry and slick, a bit harder for him to race.
Are you trying to put words in my mouth? I thought it was
think
good.
He is.
I thought it was good.
You thought it was great.
Yeah. No, it was equal for everybody, as they say. So
everyone's got to ride it, don't they?
That's true. Yeah.
Gav, you've been a long time fan of speedway. You love it. You live it and breathe it. You travel all around the world racing, watching the racing. How long have you been watching the sidecars? Solo sidecars.
Nah, well, it sort of started as a family thing when we were young and come here, and we back the utes up and trucks up to the back of the hill and watch it here, and I've sort of followed it ever since, and proud to be a sponsor of this club. They do a fantastic job, and I think it would have to be one of the best tracks in Australia. And I know they're building new things in Sydney and all that sort of thing, but I'll still reckon this is the home of Speedway, regardless whether it's sidecars or solos in Australia. That's my point of view, anyway.
It's pretty nice words.
I would have to. Yeah, it's a good one to throw the track up there in the Australia's best. It's definitely good conditions, good viewing, good track. It's produced a lot of champions, solos and sidecars. Who'd be your favourite sidecar racing team? Have to be Causey, wouldn't it?
Nah, you put words in his mouth again.
Well, Causey when he had those lights going on
Fairy lights.
What, Gav? What do you
fairy
think?
lights
He's
going
been
around.
going, I'm not a man,
Gav,
I'm
what
not
do
a
you
man,
think?
and he used to ride around with fairy lights on.
Gav, what do you think of this young duo?
Oh, hey, they've been bred. They've been bred to race, and they're going to be something for a long time, eh?
Yeah.
And
they'll be staying to race.
Broken Silver City boys.
Yep. Very humble lads too.
Yeah, and I like that.
Father and son, father rider, son rider.
Yeah,
father
no.
passenger,
I
son
think
rider.
I think it's fantastic, and they'll do very, very well. Yeah.
Look at this.
They got a big future ahead of them, don't they?
Here comes the boys.
and
Love
Ben.
Pity.
Yeah,
On
look
your
at that.
Pity.
That's a
Local
good
lads.
beard from Pity, isn't it?
Oh, he's got
Look
it
at
happening.
that. You got the young Housing Commons next to this Aussie #1. Wow.
And the former world champions to the other side to them as well. You know, they did the business. They got second
Mark
place.
Bates said Aussie #1. Well done. It's a good beard. It's too itchy for me to get that.
Nah,
one.
I'm not that.
I couldn't even try and do it. Well, I could try.
I don't reckon Mark could grow a beard by the looks of that. He's
Great outfits too with the bright orange. Black Chrome's been a big sponsor for Mark Playsed's team for a long years, so it's always looking really smart.
cream rises to the top, doesn't it, Causey?
Definitely, yeah. No, he rode well. He was smart, you know, to not spin out and finish the race and win it. It's still a checkered flag.
I tell you what, Monson nearly took out a few other people as well, didn't he? There's a few worried start girls there.
They got close, didn't they? They all ran for the hills.
Look at that.
Boys, just thanking everyone for their win and thanks for coming down.
Oh, Brendan Glidhill's just showing off his physique.
Righto, guys. Thanks for tuning in, and I've had a good time. It's been a great meeting. Thanks for having me, and thanks for tuning in. And we'll catch you next time. Thanks, Gav.
Thanks, Gav.
Proud to be a sponsor.
I've had an absolute ball with Causey as well, and it's been a pleasure.
Thanks, guys. See you next time.
All right, good night, everybody.